Hello, everybody.
Yo, what's going on?
Hello.
Welcome to the Anime Mystics podcast. I don't remember what number. This actually might be 50.
This is 50?
I think this might be 50.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Roman.
I'm Steven Sonosuke-sama.
And I'm Sachiel.
And we are going to be discussing a few things today. Going to be doing some redo of healer talk, since that's the latest controversial anime at the moment.
The soup of the season.
Yeah.
Going to discuss some Godzilla since the new trailer for Godzilla vs. Kong just came out. And Princess Connect, since that was just released on mobile, last week?
I think so.
Yeah, because I think I just got my 15-day login bonus.
Yeah, so almost about 2 weeks
2
then.
weeks now, yeah. Yep.
So
nice.
That's going to be our lineup.
Yep, that's the agenda.
Anybody have any updates? Do you want to discuss what we're watching for the watch party next week? Or
yeah.
Did we decide on anything yet?
Yeah, so next week is going to be the Demon Slayer special.
Mm.
So more, you're just going to have to jump in and see what exactly that pertains to. But let's just say that it's very, very special. And it has not been seen or shown locally, but we have it. And we're watching it. It's not the greatest of quality, but we're watching it. And if you hear this in time, and you like Demon Slayer, it's not Demon Slayer 2, it's not Demon Slayer Season 1, but you know what it is. And it's very special. We got it. And again, it's not the best quality, and it is subtitled.
Does Zenitsu OVA?
Yeah, Zenitsu is in there, yes. You could say that we are riding the hype train.
Benantis.
And it is subtitled. Roman has confirmed this.
I have.
So yes.
It is very much subtitled.
Yes. So that's what we got coming up. After that, and then the next one, I have no idea. But yeah, the Demon Slayer special, that'll be next week from the recording of this podcast.
All right. Last one we did was the Madoka. And I basically just ignored all of Steven's, what do you call it, bait comments. There was a lot of them.
Oh, Yuki's so adorable, though. She's all, like, prancing and dancing and transforming and being so adorable.
I mean, she's got to be. She has no personality.
Wow, this guy.
Madoka, anyway.
How can you say that?
I'm pretty sure Aoyuki has a good personality.
Oh, she's a troll, dude.
Just too bad her character is. No, I'm kidding. Madoka, at least. Anyway. Yeah, it was a fun time. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that movie, so
yeah,
it was a good refresher and pretty trippy too, because I forgot how weird it was.
Yeah, and it's just hung up in the air too. It's like, who knows? But I mean, never say never, because they did come back and finish Ava. So
it was kind of interesting for me too, because like all three Madoka movies, I was able to see them in theaters. So that was an interesting experience, like especially like with Rebellion, just people's reactions to it and everything.
Yeah, I didn't watch the other two because when they said it was just summaries of the TV series, I was like, well, I don't want to do that again. So it was like the Frieza meme. I think I'll just ignore that.
But you can't ignore it.
Yeah.
It's there. You gotta watch it.
Nah. I'll just carry on with part 3, and hopefully there's part 4 to wrap it all up. But yeah.
It's like you're not really missing anything from the first two movies. It's pretty much like improved animations and like how they pretty much kind of like changed up the transformation sequences, and that's pretty much it. Otherwise, yeah, they're pretty much like kind of like a recap of like pretty much like the TV series.
And I guess it would have made a little bit more in context too, because like when they were doing the Kyoko scenes and all that, I think that there was some context they added into the movies that wasn't there in the TV series. But
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mhm.
You mean about the relationship?
Yeah, like how was it when Homoda was like questioning her, and then she's like, "You shouldn't know Madoka," and I was like, "Yeah, she should."
Who?
She was right there at the end. At the when Homoda was questioning Kyoko, and she was like, "You should know who Madoka is," and it was like, "Yeah, she was right there at the end of the TV series."
Who's
Mhm.
Madoka?
Wow, this guy, he's getting his Rem and his Madoka confused.
Oh, right.
So
Who's Rem again?
yeah, this
No.
guy, this guy. I haven't even caught up on ReZero, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know the answer to that question either.
I watch it every week.
Yeah. I'll bet he's got his little Amelia hat on. He's got the little like Moogle ears that Amelia wears. He's got that on. He's got his #1 Amelia fan T-shirt on. Puts his Amelia statue right there next to the TV screen so they can watch together.
Go over, she's drinking tea.
Oh, yeah. The tea party?
The tea party one.
Nice. Good man. Hey man, hey, like I said, I respect the loyal. That's the one thing you can never fault Roman on, is he's loyal to the end to his waifus.
Mhm.
Like I
Mhm.
said in the chat when we were talking about Healer Redo, and I was all like, yeah, drink that medicine, and he's all like, I only drink Anna's medicine. They only love nectar. And yeah, Roman's loyal, man, loyal to the end.
Yeah. That's one thing you can't say I'm not.
So, yeah,
I think that's it for the watch parties.
yeah,
Huh?
that's basically yeah. So, check it out. We'll be there. Demon Slayer special.
Yeah.
Very, very special. So,
Mm-hmm. Do you have any updates?
Sachiel?
Oh, for me, I picked up another series.
What are you watching?
Yeah, so it's like other than watching both Cells at Work, Redo of Healer, what's it at? Wonder Egg Priority, and Scar Praetor. I actually found this series quite by accident, and I believe it aired fairly recently. It's called Heaven's Design Team, and it's really cute. So it's like if you're into like learning about animals and stuff, like Kimono Friends, like this is pretty much what Heaven's Design Team is. So you have like these this design team that pretty much help design like different kinds of creatures, right? So it's pretty much like God, like I guess like in comparison, like God is kind of like Hideo Kojima that sends this team like very vague instructions. It's like, oh, I want you to create this type of creature, and you try to figure out like what they need to design. And once they design it, it's like it's either it gets approved or not approved by God. And they also go out of their way of like they do like a little segment like about the animal they create, and they give you kind of like facts about the creature. What I find really interesting about the show too is that there is a character who is obsessed with horses, and his big thing is like he wants a unicorn to be reality, and they go out of their way to explain to the viewers is why unicorns in real life would not work or even exist at all. So for them to go out of their way for that, all that like the technicalities with the biology and everything is so great. So this show is on Crunchyroll. I don't remember the studio that's behind or anything because it's one of those things. It's like, oh, this show is kind of interesting, along with the 5 or 6 other shows I'm watching right now. So
Only 6?
No.
Yeah, no, don't. Yeah, you're fine. Don't fall into that hell.
Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah. Probably the smart play, though. Not gonna lie. But yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise, that's my updates. It's like going further down that rabbit hole of like the season shows and stuff.
Yeah, I got caught up in the second week of assignments and homework and all that, but I am caught up. So now this week should be a little bit easier for me. So now the plan is to get caught up on everything.
Nice.
But I only got caught up on Cells and Healer Redo.
Just 2?
Yeah, just 2. Technically 3, because remember it's both Cells.
Oh yeah, there's 2.
Yeah.
So, and what was it? What did they do? They like dumped 3 episodes all at once, right? I think now they're both caught up.
Yeah.
Right?
I think they're both caught up now. Because for Cells that Work Black, it was like they ended up dumping like 3 or 4 episodes, and I'm like, holy crap! Now I got to catch up with all of those too, because like I thought it was going to be like like the regular anime series where it's a weekly release, but all of a sudden they just like dumped a bunch of episodes. So that was fun trying to catch up to that.
Yeah, but it was worth it because we got a bunch of white blood cell cute little scenes. So she's best girl, so
Yep.
you know how it be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. Any chick that can do one-armed push-ups on the side of a bench. Oh yeah, that's waifu right there.
Also, a Dragon Ball Z female character.
Sure. If I watched Dragon Ball Z. But yeah.
Except for maybe Bulma, she can't do that.
Yeah, no, that's Paw Patrol right there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, cool. And what was the name of this show one more time?
Heaven's Design Team.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Cool. Did you say that was on Crunchyroll?
Yes.
All right. Okay, I guess as for me, no real updates. I got a couple Princess Connect videos coming out because I recorded a couple. Although I did say in the end of my last one that I was just gonna go along and record everything that I was doing, and I did not do that. Last one I recorded, I finished stage 3, and now I'm on like stage 7.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. It was hard. I needed to get like armor and stuff like that. Yeah. So I couldn't just stay in one spot and just farm armor I didn't need anymore. Right. Outside of that, still working on the store. You know the issues that have been going on. Oh, yeah. For some reason, I don't know why these e-commerce sites can't get basic things like checkout working. I mean, first it was, oh, your shipping methods aren't displaying, so you have no shipping methods. Then it was, oh, we aren't going to accept your credit card, or you can't use PayPal, or something. And it's like, this is basic stuff for you. Yeah. Why can't you let me do this? Yeah. So yeah, I'm just waiting on these people to fix it. They like give me the option to do pre-orders, and then they're not giving me any of the payment methods that allow pre-orders, which they finally gave me one that allows pre-orders, but now it's like, oh, the URL is too long, and now it's like you can't use it, and it's like, what? So yeah, I'm in a constant fight with these people while I'm also looking for a new place in case this doesn't work out. And so far, that's looking like Shopify. Okay. And while they do accept pre-orders, it's not, just order and pay later. It's you either have the option to pay full or partial, which is better than nothing, I think. Right. So that's the update for me.
Okay.
Don't want to go on another rant like I did the last 2 weeks.
Tell us the whole ins and outs of the online commerce industry.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. Because you know what? You're about to go off on us about Godzilla, right?
About Godzilla.
Well, I told Roman, because Roman is like the big Godzilla guy that I know of on our Discord, and one of the big ones that I know of on my Facebook. So that's why I was all like, yeah, Roman's going to educate us on Godzilla.
I guess. as long as there's questions. for me to answer. But as I said in the beginning, the new Godzilla vs. Kong trailer came out. Um, very heavily skewed towards Kong, which I guess I shouldn't be surprised by, since in my opinion, I don't see any reason why Kong should even come close to beating Godzilla. I mean, for one, he's just a giant gorilla. He has no powers. He's just strong and smart. Godzilla, on the other hand, has fought giant space dragons that dropped him from like orbit, and he beat him. How is Kong supposed to beat this guy?
He's got like Mjolnir from Thor, man. Didn't you see that?
Yeah, the thin axe.
I don't care what he has. Apparently, the axe is made out of one of Godzilla's dorsal fins.
Of course.
Yeah.
Also, how did he get this axe?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't seen any of these because it was 2 Godzilla movies and one Kong movie, right? Kong Skull Island.
Yeah.
But it was 2 Godzilla movies, right?
Yeah, there was the 2014 Godzilla.
That was Let Them Fight.
Yeah, that was Let Them Fight, which I really enjoyed. I saw that like 4 times in theaters, despite everybody else's criticism of the movie, which I can understand. They said there wasn't enough Godzilla. I think if you counted the amount of time Godzilla was in the movie, it might have been like 15 minutes, which is typical for a Godzilla movie.
Right.
People don't seem to realize that Godzilla is not really in these movies that long. Maybe a few minutes, like destroying a city, and then the final fight, and that's it. Another complaint they had was that every time they were getting ready to fight, they'd cut away and do something else. Which I understand, because that was my big complaint about the second Godzilla movie, King of the Monsters, which had Ghidorah, Rodan, Mothra, and a few other monsters thrown in there. But the main 4 were the 4 from Ghidorah, the 3-headed monster, the 1970, I think it was a 1974 movie, or 60, actually it might have been in the 60s, 68, I think. But they were like the main 4 monsters in that movie, and they brought them back for this one to get people to go and see it. And I spent the entire movie watching the battles behind human characters. Like they were in the background. And that was my big complaint about that one, is like you got the 4 biggest monsters from Toho, like the most popular, and you're just going to have me watch them fight in the background? I don't give a crap about this dude's family. Like, just get to the fight.
Roman's here for giant monsters, not giant dickhead humans.
Exactly. Like I go to a Godzilla
and their politics.
Movie. Exactly. Yeah. Like I go to the Godzilla movie to see the monster battle. I don't go to the movie to see some human drama. I can get that in any other movie. The movie was still good though. Whatever action they did focus on was really good. Especially the final battle with Godzilla and Ghidorah. I did kind of like how in that one they made Mothra kind of like an ally with Godzilla. Usually they're on and off. Godzilla will fight Mothra, and Mothra will try to stop Godzilla from destroying things, and it's a complicated relationship in the Japanese movies.
They said that Mothra is waifu.
Yeah.
But yeah, they went that route with Mothra in this one, where they were allies, and I like that better because, well, in the Japanese ones, for some reason, Godzilla could never beat Mothra. Just a giant moth.
Right.
How can you not beat a giant moth?
He's got atomic breath. Just breathe.
Right? And what makes it even worse is that sometimes it wouldn't even be the moth form that Godzilla would lose to. It'd be the larval form that just shoots the little webbing. And that's it. So, yeah, there's certain monsters where I'm like, how is Godzilla losing to these things? Like, Godzilla just defeated a giant space version of himself, and you're saying he can't beat a larva?
So who made Mecha Godzilla?
Depends on which ones you watch. If it's the 1974 version, then it was these space people that came down to try to take over the world by using a Mecha Godzilla. Which is kind of what people are thinking is happening in this one.
Yeah.
It's not
Mhm.
space aliens, but people are thinking that the Godzilla we're seeing in the trailer is a Mecha Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the 1974 version, the Mecha Godzilla had a Godzilla-like skin
Mm-hmm.
around him, and everybody was wondering what was going on with Godzilla because usually in the 70s he was more of a good guy than anything, and he was destroying cities and uh, power plants and fighting his like monster friends. And in this one, they're like talking about how that Godzilla is destroying cities and they don't know why and they think something's like influencing him that they aren't aware of. But if you look at the trailer, like the first 3 seconds, you see Mecha Godzilla. If you pause it really quick, you could see Mecha Godzilla. And in one of the other scenes, you could see on a screen Mecha Godzilla's like output and everything, like they're controlling him.
Hmm.
Um, so everybody's assuming that it's Mecha Godzilla that Kong is fighting, but we'll just have to see.
Right.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you go with the 1974 one, it was aliens. The 93 version, it was uh, kind of a collab between the U.S. and Japan that created Mecha Godzilla. That one was actually the closest Mecha Godzilla to kill Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Apparently, Godzilla has two brains, one like in his head and one like around his thigh area, and they destroyed one of his brains.
Hmm.
And the only reason like his radioactive breath didn't even work on that one because they had like a diamond plating around him to basically absorb.
So you're literally saying he had plot armor,
Yeah, he had plot armor.
diamond coated.
If you actually, I think there's actually a manga version of that movie where Mechagodzilla did kill Godzilla.
Mm.
I think I've seen panels of that. I haven't read it. And then if you go with like the 2003, 2004 Mechagodzilla, it was Japan using the skeleton of the 1954 Godzilla as like a template to create the Mechagodzilla. Like they just built around the skeleton.
Like Terminator.
Did they do that?
Well, you know, it's like exoskeleton inside, you know, it's like robotic parts inside, and then it's like skin on the top or over it.
Oh no, no
Mhm.
skin. It was all robotic,
Okay.
except for the skeleton inside. That was all. That was the '54 Godzilla.
Okay.
Mm.
Which actually, I don't know how, but it's. I mean, it's a Godzilla movie, so I don't really need too much explanation. the I guess spirit of the '54 Godzilla would occasionally take over the Mecha Godzilla and just start destroying cities. That was one of the other ones where Godzilla pretty much lost handily. Was Godzilla, Mecha Godzilla, and Mothra. And I remember I couldn't even really watch it because the entire time Godzilla was getting his ass handed to him. I was like, I don't watch this to watch Godzilla lose.
Yeah, no, that was a pretty salty post you put on Facebook. You were like, if King Kong wins or Kong wins, you're like, I'm done with this franchise. Like, oh.
And yeah, I'm sticking with that.
Okay, all right.
Because I'm not going to stand by a franchise that thinks that a giant gorilla can beat a radioactive prehistoric creature that fights space dragons.
So let me put this into further context because this just hit me while you were talking.
Mm-hmm.
So, how salty would you be if Kong beat Mecha Godzilla? Not even salty. Let's see, upset or yeah.
I'd be pretty upset if he beat Mechagodzilla as well. I wouldn't quit the franchise.
Right.
But even Godzilla himself needs help fighting Mechagodzilla. Because Mechagodzilla just doesn't have the radioactive breath. He has like all kinds of different weapons,
Mm.
missiles, other laser beams. He has like guns and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
And here comes Kong with his Thor hammer.
yeah, here comes Kong with bootleg Mjolnir fighting Mecha Godzilla. Everybody's pretty positive it's just going to be Kong and Godzilla teaming up on Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, that sounds logical.
Which I'm pretty positive is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I do remember, I mentioned this multiple times on the Discord and on Facebook, that they did say in interviews that when Godzilla and Kong fight, there will be a definite winner between the two. Because the director doesn't want one of those comic book-like versus series where they just have a tie and then they go on their way. Yeah. He wants there to be a clear winner between the two.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And all I'm going to say is it better be Godzilla.
And then watch it actually be that they cooperatively beat Mecha Godzilla. He'd be like, well, he did beat Godzilla. And then, like, regular Godzilla just, like, puts off somewhere.
Like, they did fight in 62 or 63, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was going to say, too. It was like, but Kong was like a background character, right? Or he was just like a mid-boss or something, wasn't it? When it was like stock footage or something?
No, it was a whole movie.
It was an actual movie.
It was an actual movie.
Okay.
This one was called King Kong versus Godzilla.
Okay. Who made it?
Toho.
Okay.
So, the original company that does Godzilla made this movie after Godzilla raids again. I know for the longest time.
AVGN brought it up, but when he mentioned that Kong versus Godzilla happened, he said that Kong was almost like a throwaway villain and they didn't even use his name. It was just a giant monkey gorilla guy, and Godzilla was just like, who this bitch? Slap! And then that was like it.
No.
Okay.
I mean, basically, for most of the movie, yeah.
Okay.
Kong would show up, Godzilla would blast him with his breath, and Kong would run off. Because that's what should happen.
I mean, yeah.
It's like how they did it with the American Godzilla.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But the difference between that Kong and this Kong is that Kong at least had a power, no matter how horrible it was, that I don't even think it should have even bothered Godzilla. Like, if he gets hit with lightning, he gets, like, some electrical powers, where if he, like, grabs you, he, like, puts, like, electricity through your body or whatever.
Okay.
But Godzilla, like, steps on power lines and gets shot with, like, electrical phaser guns and stuff like that, that this thing shouldn't even bother him.
He gets tased all the time, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And that, supposedly... Because if you ask Toho, Kong won the fight.
Interesting.
Because Kong was more popular at the time.
Right.
Me and my grandfather always had arguments over that movie. Because he was a huge King Kong fan.
Ah, there it is.
I was a big Godzilla fan. And the way the movie ends, spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it, it's like a 60-year-old movie if you haven't seen it by now.
Okay, me. I'm kidding. Go ahead. It's my fault. I haven't seen it in 60 years.
They were like grappling each other. They fell off of the ledge.
Yeah.
Kong swimming away. And that's how it ends.
Well, I was about to say, you better finish that sentence when he gets nuked. Shoot him in the back of the head.
And the way I always saw it was that Kong was running away, so Godzilla won.
Yeah.
And the way my grandfather saw it was that he beat the crap out of Godzilla and knocked him out, and Kong just went home.
Look, Sachiel plays a lot of fighting games, all right? So she knows that a ring out means that Godzilla wins.
But they both fell out.
Who fell out first? Who touched the ground first?
I think they went head first.
All right. Okay. All right.
Either way, Toho said...
Brain data.
After years of, like, debate, that Kong won the fight.
Okay.
I was super angry about, but I was like, okay, fine. You came out and said it, whatever. I can't argue it anymore.
Sure.
Now they got this movie coming out. And I'm like, don't make the same mistake again and have some stupid gorilla beat Godzilla. Like, I know Kong is strong and all that. Like, he can fight all the stuff on his island.
Yeah.
That's all he really fights, though, is the stuff that's on his island. Like, what was I think they had something in the first movie, Skull Island, called the Skull Crawler or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a two-legged lizard with like a skull head.
Yeah, I was going to say it looked like a Tyrannosaurus or a T-Rex.
And it really didn't. It didn't seem that threatening, really. I mean, sure, maybe for Kong because he has no powers, and he was like I guess, a teen at that time. It's been like 40 years because that was during like Vietnam.
Right.
So
Mhm.
now he's like supposedly grown to Godzilla's size. Although if you ask anybody, they shrunk Godzilla to Kong size so that they would at least have some kind of even fight.
Mhm.
And everything else on there was like giant spiders, flying creatures, a giant octopus. Stuff Kong should be able to handle.
It wasn't Godzilla fought like giant squid, didn't he?
He fought Ibira.
Yeah.
It was like a kind of like a giant lobster,
Okay.
which technically was supposed to be a King Kong movie, but they switched it to a Godzilla movie, kept the script the same way, and just threw Godzilla in there. Which, if you ever see the movie and you notice that Godzilla kind of has some attraction to some female character in there, that's why, because it was supposed to be King Kong.
Mhm.
Okay.
But they're like, Kong kind of sucks now. Let's throw Godzilla in there.
So I guess my question to kind of like determine who is gonna win this is how much involvement did Toho have in this Kong versus Godzilla movie?
I don't think they really have any involvement.
Okay, yeah, then Kong's gonna win.
I think they just give, like, I know for the 1998 Godzilla movie, they had like a list of things that the company couldn't do with Godzilla. I'm pretty sure they keep it the same way as far as this goes, is that Godzilla can't die. Which, if you remember the 98 movie, they killed Godzilla.
They did. Yeah.
But they got around that by having an egg survive.
Correct.
But this one, as far as we know, there's only one Godzilla left. So they can't kill him.
Until Godzilla goes from outer space!
They did have that, Space Godzilla.
Yeah. But this is all set in the modern day, though, right? In the current year?
Yes. Which is one thing I don't understand. I follow this Godzilla fan page on Facebook, and all these people are like they've seen all the older movies, but then they're all like, no, keep it grounded in reality. Don't get aliens involved in it. Don't do this. It's like, why not? It's a Godzilla movie. It's a Godzilla franchise. That's part of the Godzilla universe. Aliens and all that. Ghidorah was an alien in the King of the Monsters. Why does it matter if you throw in aliens? Because they want reality. And it's like, okay, you got a giant 300-foot dinosaur running through San Francisco. Where's the what the hell is that real?
Did the Golden Gate Bridge get destroyed?
I don't think so, actually.
Oh, then it's not real. In all the disaster movies, you gotta nuke the Golden Gate, man. It's just what you do. That's one of the sins that they always do in cinema sins, when they're all like, the Golden Gate Bridge isn't being destroyed by apes, laser beams, or aliens. Or I think one of them too, they said mutants because of X-Men 3 when Magneto, remember, he broke the Golden Gate to use the girders.
Yeah.
So that's why whenever you show the Golden Gate in any movie in some sort of capacity, you have to destroy it. So yeah, I guess, then they're right. It wasn't grounded in reality.
Actually, I think they did destroy it.
Okay, then there we go. Then it's real. Then it's realistic.
If the bridge that they showed was the Golden Gate, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. Where they showed the city trying to be evacuated, Godzilla busted through the bridge.
Yeah, that's Golden Gate. Because they ain't busting through the Bay Bridge. And they definitely ain't going south enough to bust through the San Mateo. And they definitely ain't hell going to the Dumbarton. So they're busting up the Golden Gate. Godzilla ain't going to Hayward, man. He busting up the Golden Gate. And he's all like, yeah, I know I could go to the Bay Bridge and pay a cheaper toll, but nah, I'm just going to destroy the Golden Gate. I can go to Alcatraz right after. Yeah, this is why I was all like, yeah, we got to rile Roman up. So getting him involved in Godzilla talk, this is the surefire way to do it.
It is. Just say Kong's gonna win, and then
I'm not gonna lie. I want them to when they do the next animated like CG Godzilla movie, they need to put Aoyuki in it. Then it'll be perfect.
Oh, if I may interject, so like talking about like Godzilla versus like the Mothra lava. So I have played the Godzilla game for the PS4, where it's pretty much like a monster battle royale. So they did have it where you have the lava version of Mothra and regular Mothra. And they did have it where it's like, I guess to compare it, it's like if you ever played Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and you have to fight against Servbot, it's like that. So you have like big ass Godzilla going against teeny tiny like Mothra larva, and it's like it has a very low hitbox. You can barely hit it, and it's like thrashing around and stuff. So it's pretty much like you trying to go up against like a Magikarp just spamming splash all the time,
I was about to say, is that like Kakuna or was it the Caterpie or whatever? No, Caterpie evolves into Kakuna, right?
Yeah.
Metapod. There you go.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh.
It's great. It's such a fun game though. It's like it does take some getting used to playing it because it's tank controls, but like if you want a game where you just play as any of the monsters and you just want to go on a romp, like it's a fun game as is. So
nice.
There you go. You're gonna have to record that for the channel.
I'll have to.
And then just turn the commentary on and just be like, "That stupid ape wins! I swear." Oh man.
I will. You watch. He does win. I'm looking forward to that Netflix Godzilla anime. I'm not gonna watch it.
So one of the previous viewing parties, we saw the first Godzilla animated movie, and it actually had a surprisingly solid cast. It had like Suwabe, so Archer, Emiya, and then it had Kana Hanazawa, so Red Blood Cell from season 1 and season 2 of Cells at Work, and then it had Minoru, Bedivere, and Dr. Pepper from Steins Gate. Miyano.
Oh wow.
Mamoru Miyano. He was the main character who Roman was all like, "Oh, it's what's his name from
It's basically Aaron from Attack on Titan, but in a Godzilla movie."
Yeah. And voiced by Miyano. So yeah, it had a shockingly good cast, and that's why I'm all like, "Oh, in the next one, it's got to have Aoyuki." But they're actually hiring some of their best talent to put in Godzilla CG movies. Yeah, then eventually we're gonna find Aoyuki doing one of these.
She could be Mothra.
Hey, she was Tiamat in FGO, so
Yeah,
she can do giant monsters.
She can do a giant moth.
Yeah, she's a spider. I don't see why not. So what? Yeah. I think that it's all fun and games until Mothra wins and then Roman rage quits. You're gonna wake up one morning, the Discord's gonna be just deleted. You're like, what happened? Mothra won. Aoyuki Mothra won. Pull the Ethernet cord on it. It's over.
I swear I don't know how he loses the Mothra.
It's the waifu powers, man.
It's gotta be because Batra died.
Which one was Batra?
I'll look him up. Okay, just give you a photo. But Batra was like the opposite of Mothra.
Okay. And do you know what year this was? Oh yeah, Batra Godzilla. There it is.
I think this was 92.
Oh, not so long ago. Oh yeah, dude, he looks like the centipede from Pokemon Platinum.
He's a lot cooler looking than Mothra. And he actually had powers.
was his powers wielding Thor's hammer. Oh, so cool. That's Kong.
No.
Okay, so I will say that the last time, no, 2018, one of the second to last times I went to Japan, Tokyo Tower was doing a collab with Godzilla, and that was pretty cool to see like Godzilla like scaling Tokyo Tower.
They had him scaling Tokyo Tower.
Yeah, that was pretty rad. And then I bought one of the other guys. I bought him. They had like a box of cookies, but the box like opens up, and then like you pop out the Godzilla and kind of fold it, and then it's it's like a diorama display of like Godzilla next to the Tokyo Tower. And I think by their measurements, they said that he was almost like vertically as tall as Tokyo Tower. So to like kind of give you an idea. But yeah, that was pretty rad.
Yeah. How tall is Tokyo Tower?
Ooh, what 200 meters? I want to say maybe.
Yeah, I think Godzilla is like 190 something.
Yeah, it was like the tower was just barely bigger than Kong. Or Kong, wow. My bad. Godzilla. My apologies. That was not a troll right there. I didn't mean that one. Yeah, 1,092 feet.
1,092 feet. Oh yeah, that's way bigger.
Yeah, so that's like 300 something meters, I think, right? No. Maybe?
I don't know how big in meters. I'm not good with meters.
Yeah, I think it's like 3 to 1.
I'm
I think
Americanized. I can't do that.
that metric system.
Get with it, the rest of the world.
Yeah, 332 meters. Yeah. So yeah, because when you looked at it too, like wow, Godzilla was just shorter than Tokyo Tower. So, but yeah, he was almost up there.
Let me see. Planet of the Monsters. So that was the one we saw. It was the one that was like 984 feet.
Yeah, so he's just barely under it.
So that was the one from the animated movie.
Okay.
The movie Godzilla, because here's a good comparison between all of them.
Yeah, he got bigger like after every movie, huh?
This one. Yeah, so I think this one right here at the end is maybe what do you call it? The King of the Monsters.
Okay.
This is Godzilla Earth, the one from the animated movies.
Okay.
So you can see he's much larger. And then you got the weird Shin Godzilla, who was made by the dude that did Evangelion.
Oh, okay.
And that thing was weird because it kept evolving.
Of course. Damn it, Hideki.
Let me see. The one in the center is his.
Okay.
I guess his final form was he was supposed to turn into people.
Okay, sure. That's such an Evangelion thing to do.
I haven't seen the movie, but I know people keep talking about like the tail, and it's like, what's going on with the tail? And I looked it up, and there's like all these like humanoid creatures coming out of the tail, and I'm like, what? What was he doing with this movie?
Oh man.
Was he gonna do like an Ultraman movie?
Is Ultraman gonna evolve?
I don't know.
I do know that was one of the gifts that we were sharing in Facebook Messenger was Ultraman fighting this Godzilla looking creature. I don't think it was specifically Godzilla, but yeah, he was like grabbing it by the tail, like twirling it around and tossing it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they recycled a lot of the Godzilla costumes for Ultraman.
That makes sense.
So there's like 4 or 5 different monsters for Ultraman that use the costume.
Yeah.
So yeah, so some of them they didn't even hide. Like one of them, I think, is just a Godzilla costume with like one of those frilled dragon things around his neck.
Amazing.
And that's it.
Amazing. It's not Godzilla, it's Gopzilla. Yeah, totally different.
Right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this then. Have you gone out of your way to ever watch like any of the Kong movies? Like I didn't even watch the Peter Jackson one.
Well, I watched the Peter Jackson one because that's technically not MonsterVerse Kong. That's just Universal King Kong, where you know the story, right?
Jack Black fucks up and brings Kong to New York.
Yeah, same in the black and white version too. The guy that goes to the island brings Kong to New York.
Yeah.
Because he's going to use it as some
circus attraction thing.
Yeah, he's going to make money off of it, and then he breaks free, goes through the city, kidnaps a girl, goes on top of the Empire State Building, and gets shot to death by a bunch of planes.
Good times.
Yeah, Roman doesn't lose his sanity over all these noobs saying that this guy can beat Godzilla. So, but yeah, okay. So that's the one that you've seen. So did you ever watch the 1920s one, or?
No, okay, I don't know. I don't know if it was 1920s. Yeah. But I did see a black and white one.
Okay.
And I've seen the 80s movies. Okay. I think it was I think the one was King Kong, the other one was like King Kong Lives or something.
Okay.
They're okay. But
did you watch the cartoon from the 80s?
Or
Godzilla?
You mean the Hanna-Barbera movie? Or
yes.
Cartoon?
Yes.
With Godzuki?
Was that what they called him?
No, like Godzuki was like this little Godzilla-like creature that kind of flew.
No, I actually did not know about that. I just knew that there was a Godzilla one where, he helped out the kids. The kids looked, or maybe it was the 70s then, because the kids looked like they had a. Oh my god, dude, oh no.
Godzuki. Then you have Godzilla.
Oh my goodness. Maybe this should be the next watch party. Go find some episodes of Godzilla and Godzuki. Jeez. Yeah, and it was like, the kids they always get into those mischief problems, and then Godzilla shows up and they're like, Godzilla! And then like Godzilla beats the Captain Planet villains or whatever, and then that's the end of the day.
Well, I know in that one it was like a oceanic crew or something that had like this thing they used to call him.
Yeah. I think that's the one. Yeah.
Then that's the one then.
Okay.
And then they also had a Godzilla for the '98. They had a cartoon for that.
Yes. They were all in on that one. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember people always saying that should have been the Godzilla that was in the movie because he was a lot better than the one that was in the movie.
I mean, when your giant lizard radioactive monsters going up against Ferris Bueller, that's kind of yeah. I don't know what to expect. So, and I remember too at the time, I was all like, "Oh, that's that Led Zeppelin song. This isn't that good." And then they were like, "This killed Kashmir," and I was all like, "Okay." Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a good version, but
yeah, they were like, there was an interview I remember where it was Puff Daddy, P Diddy with what's his name, Page. Jimmy Page, yeah, and Jimmy Page was just like looking down and to the right, like you could tell he just regretted his life. Like he's all like, well, there was already stories that the band and him, they hated Kashmir because every concert they do would always be play Kashmir, and they're like, dude, we've been playing Kashmir since the '70s. We just put out a new CD. Let me play some of my new stuff. Play Kashmir. So he already is just like not into it, and so for them to be all like, yeah, now you ruined it, you dick. Now he's just really like, nah.
Yeah, well, now people will be asking you to play the good version of Kashmir.
Oh man!
I'm not gonna lie, I liked that song when I was younger.
Same. I didn't have any issues with it, but now in my current age, now I just prefer I don't even think about that one, the Godzilla one. I just think of the classic Zeppelin one. But I think that one of the reasons why I was like, yeah, we should talk about Godzilla was this announcement, the trailer is like has such mass appeal. Like when it came out was like last week now, right? Or maybe 2 weeks ago now. 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah, it might have been around the same time as Princess Connect.
Yeah, those were like the two big things that happened in the same week, and it was like people that I never would have even known cared were talking about this. And it was like, I've never seen people get this excited for either Kong or Godzilla. And like I said, it's like you and maybe another guy and maybe one more guy that are like Godzilla fans on my personal like Facebook or social media. And like I said, I was seeing like people from our high school that were all like, oh yeah, Kong and Godzilla. And I was like, I've never seen you talk about Godzilla before or Kong, and you're like super excited. And then I started seeing like people's putting reaction videos, and even Keita Sean from the his FGO, and now he's doing Princess Connect videos. Even he did an announcement or whatever, a reaction video, and I was like, this is just this mass appeal. I was like, there's something there. I'm like, damn, maybe I need to go watch this. So
Well, it's kind of like the what would they compare it to? It would be like back in the day with Dracula versus Frankenstein or
okay.
something like that, because it's like the two biggest monsters from the franchise are getting together to fight.
Right.
Which I think there actually is a Dracula versus Frankenstein or Dracula meets Frankenstein or something like that, where they.
I mean, there's Van Helsing, but that's Werewolf, Dracula, and Frankenstein.
Yeah, but I think they did a black and white one too.
I think so. I think you're right.
And Wolfman and Frankenstein or something.
Yeah.
And then you got Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein, where all of them were in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like that, where it'd be like Dracula and Frankenstein fighting. It's Kong and Godzilla.
They were gonna do that. They were gonna do the Universal movie. That's why they did the Mummy with Tom Cruise. But I guess after that just flopped. They were like, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
They didn't even get to Justice League like DC did. DC and Warner Brothers before they pulled the plug.
I kept hearing they were gonna redo it, but nothing so far. So
yeah, they killed it.
Just dead.
Yeah, they killed it. They pulled the plug.
It was a Mummy, and then it was that Dracula, Unchained or whatever.
Was it? I think they said Invisible Man was supposed to be part of it.
What, this last Invisible Man movie?
Yeah, this last Invisible Man was supposed to be part of it.
With the stalker?
Yeah. Yeah, because they were that was the introduction of Invisible Man, and then he was gonna join up with all of it. It was a bit like, I don't even know where you're going, but I think it was because they had already had it in hand. They were like, yeah, just put it out. Even though the shared universe is dead, they were like, just put it out.
Yeah, it's like everybody wants to do a shared universe now, ever since Marvel.
Yeah,
because I know they're trying to do the Hasbro universe.
Oh, the Legos, right?
No, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Mask. Those guys are all supposed to get together in a movie.
All right.
And I think a few others. I don't know who, but
I can't even talk smack because they're doing the same thing in anime too. What was it? All the shonens or whatever. There was I don't think it was Tatsunoko, but it was a bunch of the old 70s and 80s are all coming back now, and they're doing like a giant manga thing.
Are they?
Yeah.
That might be cool though.
Yeah, it was a bunch of the old stuff though. It's nothing like Shonen Jump like Yu-Gi-Oh meets Death Note or nothing like that. It meets Boku Hero.
I know there is a animated movie for Tokonatsu with a crossover.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up right now.
I can't remember the name of the movie though.
Shonen Jump. And it's really hard because I'm just using generic words.
Right.
But I think it's on the page. It's probably buried on the page now. But yeah. Apparently Bofuri came up.
Oh. Okay.
It was a good show though. I'm not gonna lie. Fanfic. Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to pull it. But yeah, they were gonna do another one where they were gonna resurrect a bunch of old stuff and have them come back together because everything, like you said, everything's got to be a shared universe now. So it's like, okay.
If Marvel did it, we could do it.
Yeah.
Just not as good. Look at DC.
Yeah. And The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, he even said he'll pay for it. He said he'll put up the money for it. So I'm okay with that, actually. I don't know if I'll actually go see him, but if he wants to pay for it all out of his own pocket, I said let him do it. What do you got to lose, really?
I mean, if he wants to make it his own little project.
Yep, that's what he said. He's like, I'll take the reins. He's like, I'll take the risk, but you also got to let me have control. That was basically it. So I let him have it, man.
That means it's The Rock and the Justice League.
Yep, because he's already going to be Black Adam and Shazam too. So, he's already in it. Why not?
Isn't he going to have his own movie? I was going to have Black Adam the movie.
Black Adam is a bad guy, right?
Yeah. But I was pretty positive they were doing a movie for him.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. If he's all in and he's paying for it and all of that, I mean, let him have it. Do it.
Right.
But yeah.
Because I know that the MonsterVerse is supposed to be a shared universe too. It's why Kong's in there.
Yeah.
The one monster I know they won't get in there though because he's owned by a different company than Toho is Gamera. Even though I know millions of people who would pay good money to see Godzilla fight Gamera.
Only to have Kong show up and blast him.
Blast him with what is Mjolnir
His
ripoff?
Mjolnir, yeah. Not gonna let that go. It's just too good. Because even I'm like, where did the hammer come from? Hammer of Dawn over here. What the hell?
X. And apparently there was some war between Godzilla's species and Kong species.
Of course.
Why?
That was never mentioned. Was it even mentioned in a post-credit scene?
No. They just basically the post-credit scene stuff just shows cave drawings and it shows Kong and Godzilla getting ready to fight. It's like, what? How did these people predict this?
Okay.
But yeah. I'm going to still watch it. I'm going to go to theaters and watch it. That way, if Kong wins, I can throw my popcorn and soda at the theater. Hopefully, I'm not too far back and some poor guy gets hit in the head with my soda. But if he does, hopefully he's a Kong fan because I wouldn't care.
I get that. I mean, in real talk, I've never seen Roman get this mad or salty before. So this is just entertaining to me, man. Until Roman gets that redo powers, and then he goes and ruins every Aoi Yuki thing for me, and then he's like, "Not funny now, is it?"
Oh god. They just need to release another trailer that's more Godzilla focused. Because the other one, even this other reactor, I sometimes watch when they used to watch a lot of trailer reactions.
Yeah.
What was his name? Akasan. He was even watching it going, they're totally making Kong out to be the hero in this, aren't they?
Do you think that's because it's they're primarily aiming the movie at us, the Americans or the Westerners? I mean, primarily the Americans, really. I don't think Europe really is huge into monster films, are they?
They have their monster movies.
Okay.
I think they're just as big into them.
Okay. So you think that's why? Is because they're really selling it to us first, and then everybody else second? Is that why they're I don't know where. Well, I guess yeah, because Kong is American. He scaled New York and all of that. And Universal is an American company.
Yeah, but I mean, this isn't even King Kong though, because they can't even use the name.
That's why they just call it Kong Skull Island.
That's why it's just Kong Skull Island, and they just call him Kong.
Okay.
They'll make references oh, he's King of Skull Island, and it's but they won't call him King Kong, right? Because if they do, then they owe Universal a lot of money.
So then in that case, I'm with Sachiel, and we just call him Donkey Kong, and instead of the axe, he's now got the mallet.
Because it's on like Donkey Kong.
He's fighting Giant Bowser on this.
That's right. That's right. And then when Mecha Godzilla comes in, he's just throwing barrels.
Mecha Bowser.
Yeah. Oh man.
And I think a few people have said that they think it's more Kong focused because Kong seems like the better choice to be the hero outside of Godzilla.
Okay.
But it's in the last two movies, Godzilla has been nothing but the hero. Every monster he's fought, he's made sure not to harm humans. He's made sure, sure, he destroys buildings. He's got no choice. He's 300 feet.
Right.
But he usually goes out of his way to try not to harm humans in the last couple of movies, and all of a sudden it's, oh, Godzilla's the bad guy, and Kong's got to save us. Save us, Kong. Shut up.
Sorry, this is too entertaining.
Let's get him on the Empire State Building and see how he does.
Let's not do that. Let's not get Godzilla to New York. It didn't go well the last time we did that. So let's keep Godzilla out of New York. Gonna plant those eggs in the stadium at Madison Square Garden.
Right.
Let's not do that.
It seems like the final battle is going to take place in Hong Kong, though.
Oh, because you got to get the Chinese market.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Which I'm surprised I haven't seen any whining about that.
About aiming the movie to China?
Yeah. That's another thing people like to whine about.
Like altering the movies. I mean, when you take a step back and you start looking at like the cinema in like maybe the last 5 years, maybe 6 years, you see it. You see a lot more references. Like there'll be more Asian characters or more Asian settings. Like when I was watching Midway, and they specifically had that scene where they flew past Japan in the bombing run and had to land in China, and then they were assisted by the Chinese villages, and I was like, I never really read much about this in my textbooks. So the fact that you guys went out of your way to put this in the movie, I wonder what's the purpose of this. Again, I understand it did happen. It is part of history. I'm just saying that no history class I ever had really focused on this part. So, yeah. They just, they have to put that in there to get that, it's China bucks.
Yeah.
So, fair enough. Go make your money.
Then again, maybe people aren't complaining because it looks like by the end of it, Hong Kong is like razed to the ground.
Yeah, yes. Yay, Hong Kong, and it's all wrecked. So, yeah.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. Just gonna be super upset if you lose. That's all.
Yeah.
Because I grew up watching Godzilla, so.
Yeah, I'm almost like ready to leave it there because I think that I've messed with you enough. So at this point, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what's the verdict. When's it come out?
The last week of March.
Okay.
So I think it's like the 26th.
It's not too long now.
Whatever.
Versus Mecha Godzilla, like you said.
March 31st.
Literally the last day of March. All right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be released in theaters and on HBO Max, which a lot of people were upset about because it was going to be HBO Max exclusive.
Oh no, Roman is committed to throwing his what was it? I was about to say condiments. His concessions at some poor schmuck in the theater, so.
The first dude I see cheering that Kong won is getting pegged in the head with a soda.
I was gonna say too, if you're waiting that's gonna happen towards the end of the movie. So that means you'd have to go back out to the concession stand to buy another soda or buy another popcorn, go back to your seat, and then still throw it at this person.
Yep.
That's commitment. That is a level of Godzilla dedication you just don't find anywhere. That would be like me if I went to see the Fate movie and then I'm all like, I'm a Sakura fan, and then Sakura dies, and the first one's like, Rin's best, and then I throw my stuff at him,
Yeah. But Rin is the best.
I mean, if we're talking about original Fate Stay Night, and my options are what? I guess the I'm not even going to include the servant. So yeah, it's Rin versus Sakura. I'm going to go Sakura.
Sure you would.
Yeah. I've got a couple of worms to pick about that, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm a Tsundere guy, so.
Oh, yeah, there you go. But yeah, all right. So we'll do a part 2 of this conversation after the movie comes out. And like I said, unless Roman rage quits.
Well, even if I rage quit, you'll hear my whole thing about why I rage quit.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, man, like I said, I normally, in my opinion, my vision of Roman is one who's really, he keeps his emotions in check. So when he made that post on Facebook, that very spirited, like, if Godzilla loses because bullshit, I quit, I'm done. I've never seen that sort of reaction. Never. And so that's why I was just like, whoa, oh. So not to say that he doesn't probably have his own like passions about characters or franchises. I've just never seen him express it like this. So that's why I was all like, all right, I gotta egg him on a bit. I gotta poke him.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get me to really express my feelings about things.
Yeah, let alone be all like, I quit this entire franchise. You're gonna make one of those videos of you burning all your Godzilla merch.
No, that stuff was expensive.
That's where we draw the line.
You'll just see me putting it up on like Nakari or something.
Okay.
Not sponsored, by the way.
That's gonna
It's
be
like when you're.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was
Go
going to
ahead.
say, like, it's like when you're going to rage quit a game, you're about to throw your controller, but you stop yourself midway because you know controllers are expensive.
Yeah.
Like, this is a $60 controller.
Like,
Just gently, like, just put it down your table. You're like, damn it.
You're gonna go on eBay and you're gonna be like, Godzilla 152 statue $299. The description's gonna be like, fuck Kong.
Yeah.
Ships internationally.
Ships
Oh man. All right. Hey, and then honestly, what's funny enough is the way things are going. You're probably gonna get to watch Godzilla before I'm gonna get to watch Heaven's Shield Part 3. So in the end, I'm the one who's left crying.
It's going to be disappointing if Kong wins, because I hear the director wants to bring in either Ghidorah or Biollante in the next movie.
Nope. To fight Kong?
No, to fight Godzilla.
Okay.
Ghidorah is a giant, pollution monster,
Okay.
and Biollante is a bioengineered plant mixed with Godzilla cells that mutates.
Okay.
It's one of the better looking designs for a monster.
Okay. I mean, if Toho is in on it, sure, let them do it.
I know they've said before that they're up for doing more movies.
Oh yeah, hey.
Yeah, it's a good size comparison.
Huh.
This is made by a dentist, by the way.
Jeez. Oh man.
I'll post all these pictures I showed Steve in the Discord so you can look at them too.
Yeah, this whole time I'm gonna go find the AVGN Godzilla episode and I'm gonna put that up too because now I feel like watching that again.
I think I did watch that one where he goes through all the games.
Yeah, the NES games. Then at the very end he rages over the Xbox one.
Yeah, all the newer games. He's like, "Why didn't we have these when I was growing up?" Yeah. I know that one.
That's vintage, man. That's classic.
Okay, but I think I'm done. Yeah, I'm good for now. At least till the movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, interjecting again. So, how I was earlier, talking about the Godzilla video game.
Yep.
I had forgotten that 5 years ago, I actually posted gameplay footage on my personal YouTube account where I was playing the King of Kaiju mode with Gigon just to show how broken he is in the game. And as of now, it's at 9.4 thousand views. So I'll post that up on the Discord as well, so you guys can check that out.
For sure.
Cool.
Definitely. Thank you. Anything that triggers Roman has my seal of approval.
I'm fine with Godzilla having difficulty with a monster that actually has powers. But a giant moth and a gorilla should not be beating Godzilla. Gigon is a space creature, so with like a saw in his chest. I could deal with that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another mythological weapon that Mothra could wield. Because again, Kong has Mjolnir, so
Destiny, maybe.
Yeah, there you go. I was gonna say the hidden Muramasa blade or whatever. Oh man. Oh. Yeah. Oh. All right. I think I got it out of my system. But like I said, when the movie comes out or after the movie comes out, we'll come back to this topic so we can get Roman's follow-up thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Either it'll be a very spirited conversation about how Godzilla whooped King Kong's butt.
Yeah.
Or it'll be a very dejected conversation about how I'm giving up one of the most beloved franchises in my childhood.
In either case, I will come over with my tea and my popcorn.
Oh man. Okay. All right. All right. It's all fun and games until a redo of Healer happens, huh?
Yeah.
So what happened? Why are we even here discussing redo of Healer? What is it? What is the problem with this show?
Well, not very well animated, if you ask me.
Thank you, dude. You know, the show is like it wants to be a hentai so bad, right? It looks like a goddamn hentai, and it looks like it's just like something that we would be watching at the Fanime like after hours viewing hall. I'm all like,
Still be seeing Skinamax.
yeah. I'm just all like, bruh. And then at the same time too, then they don't even finish the job. I'm all like, pick a lane. Either be an anime or be a hentai. And then it's like, well, hentai is anime. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna be softcore.
Yeah. So I felt that too. I wanted to be like, dude, I wanted to start sharing screenshots and be like, check it. Is this hentai or is this healer redo? Or redo of healer redo, whatever. Yeah, I agree with you there. The animation quality was the first thing that kind of was like,
Yeah. The opening is pretty good though.
yeah. And then the ending is all like Genki desu ka? And I'm all like, what? What? You're aware of what you just did in the actual show, right? Get out of here with your little happy ass, cutie little ending sequence. Out of here. What's wrong with you?
Gotta give him something to look forward to after all the dark stuff. All the R words.
God, it's like a Gantz where like we have the opening, it's really badass, but like the ending scene, it's like all like Genki desu ka?
Genki desu ne?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, and it's like the whole show is like it doesn't want to be edgy because it's got over the edge, you know. And when he's walking through the Capitol, right? First off, it's all like, I'm gonna be the hero. I'm like, all right, everybody's gonna be the hero. That's how these things always start. And then he's all like, this is the Capitol, all right. This Capitol was built off the demi-humans' lands. Well, that's messed up. And then we enslaved them. Jesus Christ. Oh, and the royal family was complicit. What the hell, man? Is there anybody that's a good guy in this show? Who am I supposed to be rooting for? Everybody's terrible and awful, and this place sucks. Everything is corrupt. Nobody's good. Everything is awful. What is the point?
Life is pain.
Like, Berserk's like, oh, hey, first time?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, everything sucks. They were just cutting everything out. They were just like cutting everything apart. Everything is awful. I'm just all like, then what's the point, man? Don't redo anything. Just end it. Just nuke the planet. It's like, doesn't deserve to be here anymore. You know, everyone's corrupt. Everyone's enslaved. Everyone sucks. Everyone's a bunch of like rapists. Like, come on. What's the point? What is it? What are we here for? There's literally no good guys in this show.
Freya's pretty good though.
Huh?
Freya.
Roman would say that. Roman would. I will admit that she has an interesting way of administering medicine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'd probably take medicine more if it was administered this way though.
In the subtitles, I have they translate her name as Flare, and then when I was like poking around, I was like, "It's like no, her name is Freya. It's just the Japanese dialogue or dialect."
Well, no, her princess name is Flare. The name he gave her is Freya.
Freya, okay, yeah, mine still says Flare.
That's why I said Freya and not Flare.
Yeah,
because I'm being distinct between the two.
Yeah, I bet you still call her Multi, don't you?
Who?
Her name is Bitch.
Yeah, it is.
It says Bitch. So yeah, it's yeah, man. It's I don't know, man. This show just it has me so like baffled. Like I'm not even confused. I'm literally baffled because again, everyone's like, "Oh, it gets better. It gets better." I'm like, "Better how? How can you improve on this? You mean go further down? You mean get worse?
Yeah.
Is that your idea of better?" It's like
That's exactly what they mean.
oh.
Mm.
From what I've seen, everybody's like, "Oh, it gets a lot worse when he's dealing his revenge to those sword and whatever dude is that keeps erasing."
Bullet.
Yeah,
Was it
Bullet.
Saber and Bullet?
I thought it was sword.
It was Blade and Bullet.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Blade.
it's
Blade.
Blade.
Yeah, it's Blade and Bullet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Blade with his vampires and
Yeah.
Bullet. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say that his revenge on them is a lot worse than
Mm-hmm.
the princess. So,
Mhm.
I mean, Bullet just loves him. I mean, I don't see the issue.
It was good. It was fairly consensual.
He even put out flowers.
Oh.
He made it all romantic and everything.
Oh.
This show literally has no good guys. It's like the third episode at the end right there. He's like, oh yeah, he finds Wolf Raftalia there in the slave market. It's like, oh, okay. And even she's going to be like, yeah, I ate the little bit wolf babies. Okay. We're done here. Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to see what she wants to do to whoever she wants revenge on. Because remember, she was a sex slave. But she was too violent.
The show gets better. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so past, and like I said, they say that that's the other thing too. It's like the flip of that. It's all like, oh, it gets better. Oh, just wait, and it's all like, again, I said this off air. I said this on Facebook. I'll say it again here. That's what they said about Goblin Slayer. And by the end of it, it was like literally Goblin Slayer and his merry band of waifus. And yes, that includes the lizard priest and the gnome. They're also his waifus. Everybody is Goblin Slayer's waifu. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, I think it's great that series propelled Goblin Slayer's voice actor because he went on to become the overly cautious hero. And before that, he was Goro in Darling in the Franxx. So, it really helped out his career. It's just that after Goblin Slayer, he got like badass like laryngitis, and he went out. He was gone for almost like a year.
Because of the strain it put on him?
Yeah. I guess because of everything. He caught some form of like bad laryngitis, and after what happened to Anna Nishikinomiya's voice actress, they take that super seriously now. So he was out. Right before him, Hisako Kanemoto, she also went out. That's the voice actress for Digita. And then, Helena and Tomoe and FGO and other various things.
Yeah.
She also got really like sick, and so she took some time off. So yeah, when that happens, they break away. But yeah, he like Goblin Slayer, and so I'm like, yeah, y'all said Goblin Slayer is so bad, and then I'm like, gotta remember, man, we come from the Berserk generation, so this ain't nothing, man. Hell,
yeah, because
go ahead.
Yeah, because like people were saying the same thing about Shield Hero.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because of the first couple episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Shield Hero was only about false allegations. It didn't actually depict anything, unless I missed something there. Unless there were some Raftalia scenes that were cut out.
Which upset a lot of the feminists.
Yeah. I mean, they get butthurt over everything. I don't even know
why. How dare they say that women lie about being raped? Like,
yeah. So how dare they say
that's a whole other topic for a whole other day.
Yeah.
How dare they say that Flair wasn't a great princess?
She was the best.
The greatest princess ever. Oh man. Oh yeah. It's. I don't know. It's like if you guys are like excited by titties and rape scenes, just go watch hentai. Like for real. Like Kuro Ino is there. I recommend that one. Well, there's elves in that one. You like elves? Elves of all sorts of colors and shapes.
Which one is this one?
Kuro Ino. Kuro Inu.
I don't think I've heard of this one.
Yeah. There's forest elves and dark elves.
Oh wait, maybe I have.
Yeah, normal elves. There you go. Go watch that. Don't waste your time with this.
I might have it already.
Yeah. There you go. I just saved you 10 more episodes, 9 more episodes. Redo a healer. So, but like I said, at the same time too, I'm also like, all right, I don't want to give up yet because I don't want to be a punk bitch. But at the same time too, I'm also like, what am I watching? I just don't understand what I'm watching here. And I don't mean to be very explicit, but for lack of a better term, I'm also very concerned when people are all like, "She deserved it," and I was all like, "Oh, oh, what?" If this was any other context, those words, "she deserved it," would get your ass booted from social media and maybe a phone call from the Pobo.
Mhm.
And I'm like, and I see that, and that's why I'm like, all right, these kids are going way too far. And I'm all like, and I'm like, again, that's why I'm not against like pulling it off. I'm like, don't pull it off. Because the fact of the matter is, this has like almost what double-digit volumes, like 10 plus volumes out. So
Mhm.
clearly, it's artistic in some form. But when I see normal, everyday people and weebs that are, are 97 pounds soaking wet, couldn't harm anybody, and they're all like, "Oh, she had it coming." I'm like, "Oh, oh, oh no, oh, whoa."
He was just returning the favor.
Oh my, oh.
Just wanted to give her some medicine.
But this is the way I see it, though, because I know like people are sounding off about like how, oh yeah, she deserved it, right? But like, I kind of see it like this: if the roles were reversed, like if it was a woman getting her revenge on the guys that were abusing her, like people will go off as like, oh yeah, girl power, she's getting back at these guys, right? But because it's a dude, doing it with like, with his abusers, then it's like people, like flip the script, so yeah.
Which is a good way of putting a good perspective too. And I think that the author also helped his case by making it seem like everyone's a dickhead. This whole world is just nothing but dickheads. It's the world of dickheads. The land should be called Dickheadnia because everyone's a dickhead. What about that little girl there? When she hits 10, they're gonna put her in dickhead classes, and she's gonna be a dickhead too.
She's gonna try to make you join the Axis cult.
That's only us and Princess Connect. That'll be later. That's our next conversation.
Oh, okay, sorry. I got confused.
No, we drink our water the normal way in the Axis cult, not
Purified.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I just and so yeah, that's what yeah. That's what I'm saying. If it wasn't my intention to understand the hype and why people say this, I would have tapped out. And it's not even that. Again, I'm like, oh, this is so extreme. It's not that. It's that, like I said, I've seen this before, and I'm seeing it again, and I'm like, why is the series driving people this crazy on all sides? Whether because you like it, you're like, yeah, get them, or you're the other side, like, oh my god, so disgusting. It's like this series is driving people crazy. It's insane. And at the same time, too, I was thinking about this when I was coming home from my appointment where I got cut. My mouth is all jacked up. And it was like, this is one of those shows that happen. Like, I think of moments like Shimoneta, and I think about Keijo, and it was those shows that people, all sorts of people that, again, just like we were saying with Godzilla, wouldn't be talking about this, are talking about this. Like, even you, Sachiel, I'm impressed that even you were like, yeah, I want to see what's up. It's like, oh, this doesn't seem like this didn't seem like you're kind of a show. But then again, I mean, you're very hardcore, so. My apologies for underestimating you. I'll take that L. You win.
Well, I did say like the one time, like I was gonna like ride the rocket with like all the Fidoshis to the moon or like to the sun.
Well, yeah. We're about to put all these rapists on a rocket and shoot them to the moon. So right from Flair's crotch. Anyways, sorry, Freya's crotch. But anyways, yeah, and that's what it is. There's a bunch of people out there, and when I was watching these guys on YouTube, and they like a bunch of these commentators. I tell Roman the anti-SJW guys, and they're all watching it together. They're all watching it together, and I'm like, you guys don't even watch anime. Whenever someone like does a super chat, and they're like, hey, something anime, and they're just like, yeah, whatever, weeb. They're all watching it because of all of this hype, be it positive or negative. You know,
Mhm.
people that are like, this is great, it's a great storytelling, and other people that are like, this is going to ruin civilization. So, so it's
Civilization's already ruined.
right, or yeah,
Bad civilization.
this is bad civilization. So you're gonna administer the Kool-Aid via crotch? I'm not gonna let that go. I'm not gonna let that go. You know, because I thought she was above that. I thought this, you know, I thought she was all like, oh, you're dirty and you're disgusting and you're poor. That's the worst crime you committed.
Oh no, as long as he doesn't get aroused, it's fine.
I also fucked up because I watched Redo of Healer before I watched, was it the third episode of Cells at Work Black, which was all about an erection. And I'm like, the poor guy can't get an erection because Freya is stepping on him.
That's CBT, yo.
Yeah, right? Oh, man.
If only he was a masochist.
And then Sachiel, on Friday when we were talking about it with some of the other homies on another Discord channel, and I said that I was like, you know, I'm sad and honestly shocked. All of you guys watched this, where everyone's caught up on 3 episodes. Everyone saw, you know, now bark like a dog, and no one said now cluck like a chicken. I am very disappointed. I don't even know my friends anymore. What happened to you all? I expected so much more from y'all. Did you ever watch that?
I don't think so.
So it's Bible Black's English dub apparently had Dan Green, the voice of Yugi, and that's one of the things they you know, when he was the blonde one, I think it was, when he was just like slapping her around or whatever, because again, chicks didn't get slapped around in hentais until Redo of Healer came around. But anyways, that was one of the things when he was doing his business with her, and you know, she's all like, you know, like, was it like oink like a pig? Now cluck like a chicken, and that's literally on YouTube. Later on after that, I have a bunch of things I need to post up. But yeah, or maybe I'll just post it on my Facebook because I'm so disappointed in you all that none of y'all thought about cluck like a chicken.
I don't think I've seen that one. So
yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, and the only thing that makes it funny is the fact that it's Dan Green, the voice of Yugi. If it wasn't for that one fact, I don't think anybody would care. But it was the fact that before he was Yugi, he was in a hentai, in an English dubbed hentai.
You gotta start somewhere.
You do, you really do. You would just think that, you know, when the Japanese voice actors do it, they always use pseudonyms, so you'd think he would have been like, you know, like Green Dan or something like that. But Blue Steve, there you go. But yeah, bark like a dog, no, cluck like a chicken. So, yeah,
I don't know. I feel like most of this is just because this is like a what do you call it? An anime that's actually being like advertised, like for people to go and watch. On like, was it Crunchyroll's advertising it, right?
And then they didn't even show it.
So they pulled the Funimation, kind of.
Right.
Except Funimation actually got 3 episodes in and said, "Yeah, we're done with this one."
Oh, that's a lot further than Ishizoku reviewers.
No, isn't that what they did? Well, how far did they get in that?
In which one? In Ishizoku?
Was it 2 episodes?
Yeah, 2 episodes.
Okay, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. Nobody. I think, like I said, Crunchyroll was one of the first ones advertising Redo of Healer getting an anime, and so that's why everyone was like, "Oh, this is going to be on Crunchyroll. Oh, they don't know what they're getting themselves into."
Apparently, they do because they're showing it.
Exactly. And then they just that was like the last mention they did or brought it or yeah.
At least before they bring out Crunchyroll After Dark.
Right. It's like, don't you like money? Okay.
Be like Adult Swim, but on Crunchyroll.
Oh man.
Got Osamatsu-san on there. Which I've actually been wanting to watch, but whatever. We're not talking about that right now.
Unless everyone is a raping scumbag dickhead Nosamatsu-san.
No, but I did see a joke where they were poking their penises out of the water and I had to guess who they were.
This is Oku Osamatsu-san and not Shin Crown-chan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was the first season.
Yeah, okay. Miyano Mamoru is in there too. He plays one of the kids. And I'm like, okay. All right. So yeah, go on, Sachiel.
Yeah.
What do you think? Give us your thoughts.
All right, because I was going to start. So pretty much like as far as redo healer, funny enough, I first heard about it from a YouTube channel called The Anime Man, like about a year ago. Like he actually discussed about the actual manga, and pretty much just how very explicit the manga is, and him emphasizing how bad, if I remember the chapters correctly, chapter 6 and how bad chapter 14 are. Just really emphasizing on how bad it is. And then like he did mention in passing on that same episode that it was going to get animated. But at the time when I was watching the video, like I wasn't following too closely about it. It's just one of those things, you know, like when I'm watching YouTube, like I'll be watching it while I'm at work because I'm working from home. And I would have it like in the background. So I'll just be like, oh, okay, that's interesting, you know, right? So just fairly recently, he brings it back up again because all the hubbub about the show now and everybody like losing all their collective shit over it. And him also he brings back up again the chapters. Like, he's like, oh God, I wonder how they're going to handle like chapter 6 and chapter 14, because apparently, according to him, those are like the most explicit chapters in the manga. So I've never read the manga myself, so I can't really give a comparison between like the manga and the anime as far as like how bad it is. And I've only gotten really to watch it on High Dive, and just a warning, like if you guys ever watch it on High Dive, it's the censored version. So you are going to have it where it's like in episode 2 where they had the scene, like the rape scene, like how the way they censored it is like you see like an image of like the fireplace, and it's like a pan down and then a pan up, which is really funny. And then of course, like for some other scenes, like they covered it in like these, not like, you know, like how you see it in some ecchi shows. If they're covering bits and pieces, it's like, you know, like the god ray of light over them. But in the censored version, like it's these big like black like blotches over everything, you know. And there's so like if you guys ever want to watch the uncensored version, you have to go elsewhere to do that, you know, even if you have to download it, you know, if you just want to watch, I guess like the good stuff, you know. So for me, like watching this show, like like I first started catching wind of it again because people are like losing their collective shit over it. And this is my perspective on it. You know, it's kind of like the same way, like how when ecchi, like anime was starting to, I guess, becoming more mainstream, and people are starting to become more aware of it, and people losing their collective shit about it. It's like, oh my God, they have like ass and titties everywhere now, you know, and just people losing it, you know, because, and also like how, you know, like with other shows where they're a little bit more like dark fantasy and it's a little bit more gruesome. So the way I see it is like, you know, you're going to have like these new fans that are going to start getting into these shows now that anime has become more mainstream. So you're going to have these people who, you know, like unlike us who have like watched this type of anime for like decades, you know, and we're used to it. You know, it's like we know where Japan is coming from as far as like, you know, like their you know, like their artistic freedoms and everything, you know, so we're used to it, you know, so it's like, you know, we watch Berserk, it's no big deal, you know, because we understand where the guy's coming from, even though he goes on hiatus to play Iron Master, that's besides the point, you know, so you're going to have these newer fans that are going to watch these type of shows and not getting used to the shock factor behind these shows, so of course they're going to interpret it in their own ways. There are going to be some people that are kind of like, oh, okay, I see where they're going with this artistically, you know, and objectively, like, you know, it's a decent show or it's a good show, right? But then you're also going to have those other people who are a little bit more sensitive to those type of topics and those type of scenes, and they're going to be the most vocal about it, you know, like with how we're talking about Redo Healer, like you see, you know, like people getting like sexually abused and everything because it's the guy enacting his revenge and for what they did to him, and people are losing their shit over it, you know? And I think also too, like I also take in consideration the social climate too, because like many years ago, like we had the Me Too movement, with like people, speaking up about, like their abusers and everything, so now it's, like that sort of thing has become, in the forefront. So now people are more aware of like what's going on. So it's kind of like where you draw the line in this sort of thing, like how I mentioned earlier. So it's like, yeah, it's this guy, enact his revenge on his abusers, and people are losing it. But like if it was if the genders were swapped and it was a woman going after her abusers, it would be seen as like girl power and that sort of thing. It's like, oh yeah, she's like a feminist icon. Like she's going, she's going to get enact revenge on her abusers and blah blah blah. Yeah. So for me, like watching the show, it did not really bother me at all. I understand where the story is coming from and what the author's like, like what he's trying to get across, in the story, So I understand that, and I understand the context of it. And also, to be fair, for me, it's like I'm not a hentai connoisseur, but I have seen my fair share of hentai, so I've been desensitized about that kind of stuff. I've seen my fair share of like, like tentacle porn and whatnot. So it's just like whatever, and I do watch a lot of the ecchi shows too, because some of them are actually really fun to watch. It's like, the fan service is kind of like on the side, really. It's like you're really like watching it for the story, which is great. But I make the exception of that with Queen's Blade. That's a whole nother topic for another day. But like, but yeah, but it's like for me personally, I was not bothered about the show at all because I understand it. But I also understand on the flip side, people, getting upset over it. But you do have that vocal minority that were like, oh yeah, cancel this show, cancel this manga, blah blah blah, cancel the author, blah blah blah, because it was like, if I remember, like he did bring that up like on his Twitter about like how, like people were saying like how like they're wanting to like pretty much cancel him pretty much. And like he mentioned like how he was trying to find a English publisher like for the manga, but because they couldn't get a publisher, it wasn't going to happen, and people misinterpreted it as censorship because it's like, oh, they're just censoring it, blah blah blah. But they don't really understand the business side of it. Like they're going to see this, and it's like businesses are going to see this, publishers are going to see this, and they're going to see like it's only going to be for a niche audience. So for them, it's like they're not really going to get a return on their investment if they decide to publish like the series. Because if I remember, it's not just the manga, it's also the light novels too for the series. Right. So for them, it's like, we're not really going to, like put our investment in the series if we're not going to get a return of our investment because it's niche. It's only going to be for this niche audience, So, but yeah, it's like so it's like for me, I've been enjoying it, like the salt aside, like I think it's a fine show as it is. And like I mentioned before, like I understand like people having very vocal thoughts about it, but that's that's pretty much my thoughts on it. So
okay.
Roman is he's in it for Princess Flare. He's counting down the days until her Nendoroid goes up for sale.
Oh, it'll be right there with my darkness.
Oh, what's funny too, like speaking about merch, I think they were advertising it on their official site, like for the pre-orders for the Blu-ray set. Yeah. And they were saying like at select retailers, well, it's in Japan only, unfortunately, but like in select retailers, if you pre-order the Blu-ray set, you get a Daki of like Flare and I think someone else.
Looks like Ami Ami is my best friend.
So there you go.
Because I ordered that Uzaki one that had the Daki Makaru. So yeah, I'll go on there. I'll order it.
Yeah, if you find was it the wall skull of Uzaki's mom, you let me know.
I showed you one of her moms.
Yeah, the with the cheerleader outfit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the cheerleader.
Yeah.
The life-sized wall scroll of her mom.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Hey,
he didn't seem too interested, so.
No. My issue is I don't have room to put it, so it would just be tossed.
You got a wall right here.
Yeah. Well,
I don't. I'm looking at a wall right now.
That's
That has plenty of space.
Yeah.
That's looking for a MILF to be put on it.
I don't wanna use that though. That's my issue.
You don't want to use that.
I don't want to use the wall. Sorry.
Well then, I don't want to hear no complaining.
Yeah. But yeah, we need more merch of Zuck's mom. So keep me posted.
I'll keep you posted.
So you're talking about abuse. That's someone who wants to be abused.
No, that's Darkness. Darkness wants to be abused.
No, Zuck's mom was very Darkness Lolatina-esque. She was all about that.
She just thought that he was into her.
Yeah.
Like wanted her.
Yeah, that's all that NTR.
But I don't know. Either way.
And that was actually going to be something I was going to tell you, Sachiel, is that's the argument that a lot of people are making these days, is that the SJW types that are out to cancel shows like this, they burn through their credit. You know, because they were complaining about shows like Uzaki, and now no one cares.
Yeah.
No one cares.
And they're already trying to cancel Nagatoro.
Exactly. Nagatoro didn't even come out, and they're already complaining. And it's all like... And that's I almost don't even want to watch the show on the basis they're changing the name. Even Kita-shan on his thing, they're all calling it "Don't Toy with Me." What? Quit being pussies.
Yeah,
don't bully me.
Don't bully me.
Please don't bully me.
Just because it's got bully in the title.
Yeah, it's like so dumb. So I almost don't even want to watch it on that grounds. I'm definitely not going to buy the official manga. That's for sure.
I've already bought a couple, so I can't say anything. Yeah. And I'm going to watch it.
It's gonna be
so it's like you bring that up, and I was reminded about a long time ago when Funimation got in Cat Planet Cuties, and the original title, if I remember correctly, it was like something like Ikkyo or something, where it's like or like Let's Play, and they probably felt like it probably wouldn't translate well like in English as far as like localization. Hence why they named it Cat Planet Cuties.
Yeah. This deliberately was their choice of not using bully. So, and it's like, I think that people that are anime fans that have bullying issues, I personally, this is my 2 cents, my opinion, I think that they actually would enjoy a show like that because the bully in this instance gets hers. Like, she don't get away with it. She thinks it's, and then it's like, yeah, it happens to her. And that's
so she gets her comeuppance, huh?
Yeah, she gets her comeuppance. So, if that was really the issue, I think they missed the point. So, she's a jerk, and then she gets what's coming to her. That's the point. That's the appeal of the show.
It's going to be basically kind of like what we've been discussing with, like, Goblin Slayer. Like, the first couple chapters are very bully heavy.
Yeah, the worst of it.
But then it gets more flirty. And it just tones down.
And we haven't even gotten that far, and they already lost their street cred. No one cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. So that's why when they were like, redo Healer, it's like, what? Just like Uzaki, just like Shield Hero, just like Goblin Slayer, just like Keijo, the list goes on.
Well,
yeah, it's like their complaints are just like ad nauseum to the point it's just like they're pretty much crying wolf at this point, and nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
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 Which would have made more sense because Redo of Healer should have been your actual wolf call, but you blew that. Yep. No, it's already Ricky, don't look over there. It's like, hey mom, what's this Redo of Healer? Ricky, don't look over there. It's a show full of jabronis and jackasses. Ricky, no! It's too late, mom. I'll have my revenge on this world. And there's little Ricky standing with the poker. And he's got the Code Geass in his eye.
With the rod.
The rod.
If anything, it's not intense enough. It needs to up the ante.
Oh, god damn it.
Let's just go straight hentai. Let's not go softcore.
I agree, man. Just go all the way, man. go all the way. Your animation is already there.
Yeah,
So
and the story. It's not that great either.
what did they do? Oh, they're a dick. What about them? They're a dick too. What about them? Oh, they're dicks. Is there anybody that's a good guy? The wolf might. Then again, probably not.
Yeah, well, depends. We'll see what she's gonna do.
Yeah.
She'll eat the person or something.
That's what I said too. I was like, dude, the Demon King or the Demon Lord or whatever that thing was, I was like, that's probably gonna be the best character in this show, the most purest character.
Well, we already saw in the first episode that she was just trying to protect something, but we don't know what.
See, and then even in the show's quote unquote saving grace is probably one of my biggest complaints with modern day storytelling is the sympathetic villain. So even if you put forth your best character, that also irritates me because I'm tired of these sympathetic villains. Who was it? Someone, I think it was before we started, we were watching Critical Drinker, and he put out a video, I want to say last week, maybe a week and a half ago now, where he was talking about what makes, the anatomy of good villains. And it was all like he's bringing up Hans Gruber from Die Hard. It's all like we didn't need to know why Hans Gruber became a bank stealing terrorist. We were just happy he fell off the 32nd floor of Nakatomi Tower
During Christmas.
during Christmas. We didn't care about what made him get to this point or what his history was or the terrible upbringing him and his brother had. Who cares? He put a gun to John McClane's wife's head and killed her boss.
Well, he had it coming.
Yeah, we don't care. Throw his ass out the window. So sometimes we don't need sympathetic villains. If not a majority of the time, we don't need sympathetic villains. Who cares?
He was just a misunderstood character, dude.
Yeah,
He needed the money to help his sick mom.
Yeah. Wonder if she knew that he was robbing people for it and killing.
Who had crotch cancer.
Well, there's an easy way of administering medicine, I've heard, for that. When I go back and see my doctor next time, I'm going to have to be like, is this medicine administered via crotch?
You'll be like, what?
Has this medicine been certified by the FTC?
Yeah. Doctor's going to be like, what? I'm going to be like, Hiru! Oh, this show is awful. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, man, these kids, they see some anime titties and they just get all excited and logic just goes out the window and it's the greatest thing ever. Ah, damn, man. And on top of that too, the other thing where I had my suspicions about Goblin Slayer was I actually started reading the manga after the anime was announced and everybody had it. They were like, oh, this is going to be good. People going to get triggered. And then I started reading it, and then I was like, okay. And then when I started hearing the cast members where it was like Toyama Now and her name slips my tongue, but it's basically Passion Lip from Fate Extra and Sugita who does Lizard Priest, and then Aya Endo who does Quetzalcoatl, who does Quetz, and Cheryl Nome from Macross Frontier. I was all like, they wouldn't be in a super hyper like fan like titties flopping all over the place, rape fest, murder fest, super berserk show. That's not what they do. Some shows they're in might push the boundary, like be like an action show, but yeah, they're not going to be in some dark fantasy, super dark fantasy. So that was when I first got it, and then yeah, again, you watch the show long enough, and you're like, oh yeah, it's literally Goblin Slayer and his bitches. Okay. Goblin Slayer and his merry men.
Which you didn't even want.
Yeah. 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 So that's why. When these kids start getting excited over shows, talking about how dark and edgy it is, that's where I already get my what is it? My Peter tingle starts going off. So if you get that reference,
Is that a Peter Grill reference?
No.
Okay.
You never saw Spider-Man? Far From Home? The Peter tingle?
I have not seen that one.
That's what Aunt May, Marissa Tomei, calls his spider sense.
That's what he does. She does?
Yeah, she calls it the Peter tingle. Because apparently in the MCU, they never have shown the spider sense?
They have.
Well, they showed it once on Infinity War,
Mhm.
but they never really addressed it in the actual like Spider-Man movies or anything like that.
Technically twice.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
'Cause
But yeah,
there was a time on the bus, and then when he was gonna dust.
yeah.
But they never actually gave it a name.
Yeah.
So
So, yeah. I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm not impressed by this show. I mean, Shield Hero by the third episode I was in on Shield Hero, and with Goblin Slayer I was definitely in. Yeah. Yeah. And here we are, and I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm going through the motions with this show right now, just to be like, so
I just want it to get worse. Let's do more.
For me, I'm like that GTA meme. It's like, ah, shit, here we go again.
Roman wants to see medicine administered through Bullet, through Blade.
Well, Blade got her medicine.
This is true. She administered it to her own crotch.
And Bullet, well, he wasn't facing the dude, so.
It's not Yahweh. It was not Yahweh. They didn't make eye contact.
No eye contact.
Yeah, there's no eye contact. The ball's in the touch. It's not Yowie.
It's not Yahweh. It was consensual lovemaking on a bed of roses.
Yeah.
I think that might be the worst offense too. Is a bed of roses. Now knowing this motherfucker, he didn't even pull the thorns out, so he's taking it on a bed of roses and thorns. That's the worst. Yeah. It's only 3 episodes too, man. I don't know. This is why I don't take anime advice from like 15-year-olds. Man, I don't even know where they find all the free time to read all these manga, man. I'm like, damn.
I don't know, man.
Well, it's a good thing that Roman's not doing reactions anymore, because these would all be very awkward for him to have to put up on the channel.
They'd be up on BitChute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a redo of Healer. Let's watch me enjoy watching this
thing. Roman is laughing way too much at this.
And like, where's the genitals? Let's just go there.
So hello everybody. Today we're going to watch Redo Healer, and we're going to see YouTube give us all 3 strikes at the same time for one video.
Well, then YouTube takes one back, because they'll be like, oh, well, she kind of deserved it.
I think another thing is that some people might be getting like surprised by it, is that you just hear that he's getting revenge on these people that wronged him, but you don't actually see what they did to him until you have to watch it.
Right.
So it's kind of like, oh my god. Go on. No.
Everyone else is having a critique about this show, and Roman's actually invested in on it. He's like, what, man? Is this for revenge?
Right? They never should have put it in his butt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Roman saw some Kyoto breaking Freya's fingers. He's all like, keep going, she's got toes.
I mean, he healed them. He fixed her.
Oh my God.
There was nothing wrong with that. You know.
Roman,
and she got something out of it.
Roman too edgy for me, man. way too edgy for me, man. God, I guess I'm getting old. Losing my edge.
I don't know. The older I get, the more I just don't care.
Yeah. All the fucks are gone.
Yep.
Unless it's Godzilla, then they're there.
There they are. Found them. Wait, hold on. There it is. Godzilla had him. Sorry, guys.
Godzilla took them all. Sorry, there's none left for any of you.
Frey,
All for Godzilla.
Frey deserved it. But King Kong, nah, man, he ain't put in the work.
No.
Or I'm sorry, yeah, King Kong. King Kong ain't put in the work.
This would be like if King Kong was trying to get revenge on the planes in New York.
Because the planes wouldn't stop going up his butt.
What in the butt?
Oh, it's all to increase his magical capabilities?
Yeah.
This is the weirdest endurance training I've ever seen.
Weird flex, but okay.
But yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like on the Discord when that one dude was like, it's just hentai, and I was like, yeah, but the artist is focusing too much on story. I need more of the action. Let's just get to the action.
What is it? It's not Ahegao. I forgot what's the name of the face that they're making. Is it Kudere? Kudere? The face, the twisted smile face.
Oh, I have no idea.
Me neither.
There's a guy, Bacchius, I believe, if I remember right, that's the Greek god of like wine and booze. But this guy, he draws all of the like Kansai collection girls in those kinds of like twisted smiles. And so that's why, if I look this up and it turns out he's the artist, I'm gonna be very, very perturbed because I love his artwork. He has one where it's Fubuki, Fubuki, Buki, and he's like, Admiral is looking at her ID, and she's all smiling, and then he looks up, and she's got that twisted smile going on, and he's all like, "Are you okay?" She's all like, "I'm fine, Commander," and I'm all like, "Oh, this is gonna be good." Then I watch redo of Healer, and I'm all like, "I was wrong." They're all freaks.
I was wrong.
I was wrong.
This is so much better.
Oh man.
But no, seriously.
Roman's in here, man. He's all like, "Why is this a dark fantasy? Why can't it be an isekai starring me?"
Starring me.
Oh man.
No, I don't need the drugs. I'm good.
You don't want to bark like a dog?
Nah.
More. Oh man. That's the other thing too. On a personal note, it was like the people that I specifically were watching that were like really enjoying the show and like recommending like, "Oh, it's great, it's so funny, it's awesome," are the guys that I know for a fact love watching dudes get punched in the balls and stepped on in the balls. And I'm all like, "Yeah, this would be a show you would like."
Well, it's definitely happening, so.
Man.
Yeah. So they like Jackass and all that, huh?
Yes.
But to be fair, Jackass was a good show.
Yeah. But they keep calling me Steve-O. So.
Alright, we got anything else to say about this?
I'm gonna keep watching it for now. It's just like you said, I agree with you in the sense that we haven't hit bottom yet. So further down we go.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go further down the hole of degeneracy.
or further deeper into Freya's crotch. We'll see.
Oh, that fire crotch?
Yeah, deeper in we go.
Yeah,
get every bit of that medicine out. All right.
It's good stuff right there. Okay. So let's go from raping to Princess Connect.
Well, that's a different form of abuse. That's monetary abuse.
Yes, but fun monetary abuse. I remember on our last podcast, I mentioned that I was really looking forward to this game coming out because of the anime. Me and you already knew the characters because of the anime.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch anything for the anime other than that clip I posted on the Discord, Sakiel?
Oh no, not yet. I've been watching the other shows, so I haven't been able to catch up on any of the full episodes yet.
Okay.
Mm.
So I remember
I'll get to it eventually, though.
I'm sure.
Mm.
I know I posted it because you were talking about Lima, so I was like, oh, let me post a clip.
Yeah. Yeah, because like unlike you guys, like I got into this game without knowing anything about the series. I just saw the advertisements for the game and stuff. It's like, oh, that's kind of interesting, like kind of like taking a break from all the fake go grinding and stuff.
Right.
And boy, have I been distracted.
Yeah, it's definitely distracted you.
Yeah.
You skipped 2 events in that show.
Yeah. Those 2 events that I didn't complete because I was too busy playing Princess Connect, so now I'm like level like 53, and like I have them a good chunk of the cast like already at rank 6. I regret nothing.
Yeah, it's been fun. I know I wasn't expecting like animated scenes.
Yeah.
I figured I didn't think any game would do that because that would be very taxing on your storage space. Uh, but I like it.
They put a lot of protection value into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's also that, to my knowledge, like a Psy Games gotcha game hasn't really dropped on the level that this has, right? Like we don't have maybe Shadowverse, but who plays Shadowverse?
I tried playing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
see?
used to play Rage of Bahamut when
Okay.
that was out. Like that was my big gotcha game at the time.
Yeah.
But then they closed the server, and well,
There you go.
can't play it anymore. And I spent so much money on that thing. You think if they close the server, they just refund you?
Right.
But no.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like my big gacha game before Fate Grand Order was Brave Frontier. That was my huge gacha game.
Oh, I remember that one.
Was
Yeah,
that one? Was that Psy Games? Did they?
I think so.
Is that still going, or they stopped?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm going to look it up on the Google Play Store.
And while he's looking it up, Sakiel, Chris G is playing Hades.
Ooh.
Just gonna throw that out there.
Okay. Ooh.
But yeah, I and this also has like the support of Crunchyroll and all of that, and like I said, when we were doing the reviews and we were talking about Princess Connect, it felt like they were pushing this anime because the game was going to get an international release. I had this feeling, and it was like the hype was there, the backing was there, the storyline was there. It's directed by the same director as Konosuba, who I believe he's been doing the scenarios as well for the game as well. Could be wrong, but I believe that's what they said, is that he did the anime and he did the game. So there was some backing to this. There was some foundation.
Okay.
Yeah. I have no idea who that is. So.
Oh yeah, I pulled his name up, but yeah.
Yeah, I just know it from the anime. Like I saw.
I
remember
he did School Rumble as part of his resume.
Oh.
He was one of the writers and directors for School Rumble back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that anime, so
there you
go. Got a good guy working on it then. And you said he worked on the game too?
That's what they said. I haven't been able to confirm that.
Well, the sense of humor is there.
Exactly.
You definitely say that.
Exactly.
Which man, I don't know how that dude could not like it. I don't know. Okay, I'm not going to go into that. Anyway, it's I don't know, your typical RPG style game. You have a team of 5, and you're going through the main quests to get your items, armor and weapons and first clear, you get 3-star them. You get like your jewels. You actually get quite a few jewels in this. So it's not like definitely not like FGO where you have to buy or wait till they do maintenance or.
Here's your 3 pity.
Yeah.
Yeah, your apologems.
to get your in-game currency, this one you play through the stages, you get your in-game currency, you go through the battle arena, you can get a bunch of in-game currency, although I'm kind of on a losing streak right now in the battle arena. And the last few that I have won, I haven't gotten anything. Like no jewels or anything, nothing. But, whatever. You go through the stories, your character story, guild story, main story, you get jewels. You get them all over the place. There's no shortage of jewels, really, until you finish, like, the main quest, and then you're not getting them there anymore.
Do we know what's the cap right now in the main story?
I think it's 8 or 9.
Okay, because I saw, like, when I was on the wiki, there were, like, up to, like, 25 at least.
Yeah, I think for now it's just going to be, like, 8 or 9.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then I don't know how often they're going to update. I don't think they've said that yet. Same with like these focus gotchas. I don't know how often, if that's going to be like after one ends, they're just going to do another one, or if they're going to wait between, or what.
I do know that Vegeta just got folded into the gotcha, so she's just lurking in there so she can spook you. But yeah.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's in there.
Like in the actual regular gotcha?
Yeah, and like the main like story gotcha, and then the focus gotcha. Yeah, she's in there.
So she's in the premium, isn't she?
Yeah.
Wow. I thought once she was out of the focus, she'd be done.
Nah. And it's like that too in Grand Blue, where Pecorine is still in their gotcha too, so you can still roll Pecorine just randomly on Grand Blue Fantasy.
Huh.
So
that's cool. I know most of the gotcha games I play that do collabs don't do that. Azure Lane definitely doesn't.
Yeah, that's the beauty of you when you're all side games and you just have your own properties. You can just do what you want with them.
Oh, is Grand Blue side games?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, Grand Blue is side games. Princess Connect is side games. Dragalia Lost is side games published by Nintendo. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is that side games, they just know the formula. And I don't play Azure Lane even though I have it downloaded. I didn't get past the tutorial. But so this is the first game where it has like autoplay, and now I can see why a lot of people are whining about FGO's engine, where you just let it do itself. But at the same time too, you got to keep an eye out because there are instances where the AI will just burn your TP bar just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not perfect, but I can see the appeal of autoplay. But can't do that in FGO because it is a game of numbers.
Yeah.
So.
Like when I'm at work, I usually play Azure Lane because it's auto.
Yeah.
Like I can just pick a stage and just go.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I don't play FGO at work. Like I was playing it all day because I needed to get my Chloe's.
A little succubus.
Yeah. Which I just got my last one, so I got my NP5. So
nice.
Yeah, and it took me 2 days.
It's not bad. Yeah.
And the reason I had to rush is because of Princess Connect. Because I was playing this and trying to build up my characters, which I've hit a wall.
Just level them all up.
I do. It's like this one. I'm just gonna get her skills up. Nozomi.
Oh yeah, that's my main tank.
Yeah. The issue is like I try using these tanks, and I'll watch videos and people will be like, oh, these are the best tanks right now. Like Nozomi and Ghost Pudding Girl.
Yeah, Miyako.
But I'll use them, and they'll die in like 3 seconds.
Right. You need the back line to support them.
And I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah. And Miyako is voiced by Amamiya Sora, so it's our patron goddess of the Axis cult.
Mm-hmm. She's into pudding in this one.
Yes. Pudding Ghost.
Pudding Ghost. Any of the others from Konosuba in this yet? I know in the anime they have Kazuma.
Yes. Yeah. Fukushima Jun does Charlie.
Yeah, he does Charlie.
Takahashi Rie, is she in here? I don't think so.
I haven't seen
And
her.
I don't think Kayano Ai is in here either.
No, maybe eventually. And then we'll get them all.
Yeah, exactly. What's funny is that Tokusaki Aki, I posted her video because she does Inuyama in Yudu Camp, and so she cut the promo video where she actually went camping, and that's the video I put up on the page. And she does Yun Yun or Yun Yun.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. Anos' mom, the best girl.
Oh yeah,
from Demon Misfit Academy. I don't know if she's in Princess Connect. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. All I know is that as soon as I saw Artoria with Kawasumi, I was like, yeah, Sachiel's gonna roll her. The next thing I see is, so I rolled Jun. It's like, of course.
Oh, is it a Saber?
Yeah, it's Saber.
Yeah.
Ayako Kawasumi. Oh, I don't know their names.
Yeah,
just so you know.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody's names.
Yeah.
So I always
Kawasumi.
Yes, Steve always has to tell me, this is Saber, or this is Sakura, or this is what's her name from this series, and I'm like, oh, okay. Except for a couple, like there's a couple I'm actually getting to know, like Takahashi Rie and what's her name from Madoka.
What's her name? She's a spider. Okay, so what?
Okay, so that's cool.
Yeah,
they got Saber in this. Oh yeah, I got her too.
Yeah, and she's also in Azure Lane as well. I forgot who she voices in there, but she does one of the ship girls in there.
Does she?
Yeah. Of course she's British.
Oh, she's one of the maids?
I don't think she's the maid. I think she's one of like the Royal
Navy.
Yeah.
Most of them are. Well, I don't know. I got a bunch of them. I'll look it up right now. Or you can just look it up on Google. That's faster.
Oh, actually, in the game, if you guys want to know what the voice actresses are, if you go to menu and album, it'll show you who the voice actresses are. Oh, under character info.
Under character info?
Yeah. So menu, album, and character info.
Okay. I'll have to go through there.
There you go. This one. That's Kawasumi.
Oh yeah, I have her.
Super rare. Anyway, Kawasumi Ayako.
Where are you?
Artoria. There you go. Speaking of which, funny enough that oh yeah, there you go. You get to hear all 25 characters she voiced into tomorrow night's Valentine's event. And so so I know you weren't active for last year's Valentine's event, Sachiel, but I didn't even bother doing the males chocolates because it's the same scenes. It's the same cutscenes of them giving the chocolate to you. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait until tomorrow night's, and then listen to everybody's. So yeah. So
if we already got their CEs from the last year, do we get them again? Or?
Yes.
Oh.
So, but the thing is if it's in your inventory, it won't show up in the shop. So if it's even if it's in your second archive and you go to the shop, it's gonna say like purchased or bought. So you need to get rid of it, and then it'll be you can purchase it again.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to purchase it again. I was just wondering if they were gonna do it again, where like you got another copy.
Yeah. No, you reminded me too. I need to go and do mine because I still have like Milf Torias and Neros, so I need to eat those or use them so that I can get the cutscene. Because and then you'll have two cutscenes. You'll have one that's voiced and then one that's just text. But next year's is going to be even better because you get Space Ishtar and Musashi, Swimsuit Musashi, and I want to see what they're going to do because Musashi wants to go to Hooters because that's the most American place to go. So she's like, let's go out on a date. And then they're like, okay, where do you want to go? She's like, let's go to Hooters. And she actually, Ayane Sakura actually says Hooters. And so it's like, they're going to have to change that. They're going to have to be like, let's go to like Whack Arnold's.
They better not change it. If she actually says Hooters and you change it to something else, I know I'm going to be upset.
Do you want to get sued? Space Ishtar is funny because if you like, you need to actually answer hers correctly, and if you don't, she like blasts you into outer space, and then you need to do the whole thing over again. Yeah. So that one's pretty because and that's the first time that gets introduced because there are later on cutscenes that if you don't answer like give the right answers, then you get like booted out and you got to do it all over again. And there's another one. I think it's Demeter, not Demeter. Pollux and Castor. I think there's two. If you answer it wrong, like you get booted out and you got to do it all over again.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's something that's going to start next year. So look forward to that. But yeah, I'm happy because Kayano Ai gets introduced. So not only is it Mama Kayano Ai, not only is it La Latina, but it's also another Raita. So I'm in.
Let's just post all of the fan art of all of them together, all the Konosuba voice actors together, so that what's his name can get confused and wondering why they're even on the same image.
They've done them all already. They've done Kayano as
Oh, I know.
and
But last time you posted it, he was like, "I don't get why they're in this image.
okay.
Is it just because they're in the voice actors?" It's like, yeah.
I got you.
Need more?
I got you.
What the heck?
I got you. Yeah. He's very particular. He's got very particular interests.
Yeah.
But
likes his 14 and 15-year-old bodies.
It's peak womanhood, okay? I felt so dirty saying that.
Yeah, that whole flat is justice.
Either way.
Yeah.
I know it just came out, so I doubt they're gonna do anything. Princess Connect
for Valentine's.
I
don't know. That's
I haven't seen anything announced.
Yeah.
Like I've been going on Twitter, I haven't seen them say anything. And
well, to be fair, FGO is doing it super early. Like I don't know why we're doing it so early, but it's gonna run through the 16th. So, I mean, it will go through Valentine's.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, I'm just wondering. Okay. So yeah, well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
In a week or so, if they decide to do something.
That's the target Valentine's is Kawasumi in big ass armor.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's.
All right. I already got her. So.
And what's funny that you mentioned about them being, with the gems. That's actually what Kita-chan said. Is he's like, I never wailed in this. He's not like, I think they give you enough gems. And I was like, Maury Povich. I was like, well, that's a lie. But I will say though that I definitely did wail to begin the game. I'm not even gonna hide it. I wailed, but I think that I rolled so many characters. I think I only missed like maybe 4 or 5 of the 3 stars, and I'm like my team is just so stacked. I'm all like I'm never probably gonna wail in this game again, and I actually do mean that. I think that I got Vegeta. I'm all like I don't. Yeah. And kind of looking at the tier list and the roster, the only characters that I kind of are interested in are the New Year's. So like Kiaru Yukata and Pecorine Yukata and Kokoro Yukata. But other than that, than the New Year's characters, nothing's really leaping out at me.
Did you watch any of those videos I posted?
No.
I think there was one on there that the guy explained that there's going to be a couple of they're basically limited banners.
Okay.
Where the characters in there are only going to show up during these banners. They're not going to be in the standard summon. I know there's a Pecorine and a Kokoro in there that he says are game breaking. They're like triple S tier. Basically, everybody he says in these banners are triple S tier characters. That you should get if you want to focus on like arena and all that. Right now, I'm just trying to have fun and see it, like what it's all about, whether I can even compete in arena, and so far the answer is no.
it's pay to win. Then apparently they've I don't know if it's true or not, but there have been complaints about hacking. which is pretty funny because remember, it's not that I suck or you're better than me. It's just hacking.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's true or not. Well, I'm sure that if it was, then they would have already been like passing the ban hammer. But
Well, guess we'll see.
yeah, we'll find out.
I know what other game was there where there was like hacking going on?
FGO.
Oh yeah, that happened last year?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they banned those people. I remember that.
And I will say, in my defense, that it wasn't just me like cherry picking your video. I've actually been meaning to go and actually watch some tutorials or explanations of like the combat system and the exploration system. Like for the last couple of days, like or as soon when the game launched until like almost a week, I just couldn't burn my AP fast enough.
Because you
Like
were leveling up at the
yeah,
same
yeah,
time.
exactly. I kept getting refills and refills and refills. So I was just focused on burning my AP, and now that I'm, done with that, now I'm comfortable. Now I'm like, okay, what am I doing? So, and I've just been kind of killing time passively, getting everybody to like rank 5, and my player level today now is 51. So I'm getting all my main characters that I used to 50-ish, and then the ones that I always use, I consistently use, trying to get them to rank 5 in terms of their equipment. So that's where I'm at, but I still really don't know exactly what I'm doing. So it's not just you. I've been meaning to go and actually sit down and watch some and get some, some of the finer details on what the engine is and all of that.
Yeah.
So that's been where I'm at.
Well, you can watch the guy that I posted, and then there's another guy named Vulcan
Okay.
who does videos for Princess Connect.
Okay.
Then again, I don't know if I want to trust him because he said never to use Carol.
Whoa. Whoa.
He was like, if you end up having to use Carol, you might as well just roll and try to get someone else.
Bro, what does he not like Tsundere?
No, he just doesn't think Carol is any good.
Okay, yo.
And I'm like, but Carol has been pretty good for me.
Sachiels, excuse my language, but fuck this guy.
Well, then again, that's like how people were with Amber on Genshin Impact. It's like Amber is so useless and blah blah blah.
Amber,
the red one with the exploding rabbit.
Oh,
Usagi Hachisaku.
I only played the game once, so I don't really know the names.
She's a meme.
I just know that there's a lot of waifus.
It's true.
And a lot of husbandos too.
Yeah, there's at least a good variety.
Mm-hmm.
There's something for everybody.
Yep.
And that's one too that I haven't wailed at all though. That one I actually mean that. I haven't wailed at all in Genshin. And it's not to say that I won't. I just messed up and I didn't know that Mona was such a waifu. So that's on me. But then again, I wasn't really even playing when the Mona banner was active. So and now I'm all like, damn, Mona's great. I messed up. So now I don't know, I don't obviously they're milking everything and all of that, but if there's ever like a replay banner where she comes up, I'll probably go in and roll. Probably waste actual money on her too. And that'll be the only time. So yeah.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get back into the game. I wanted to play a little more, but I'm also like I got like 6 gacha games I'm playing.
And 10 shows.
Yeah, 10 shows. I don't have the time. So
I turned on my game right now because I'm trying to get all the stuff out the guild house because they told me everything is restocked. So.
Oh, did they?
It's on my timer. All right.
Oh, my stuff is good too.
Clear that out.
All right. What characters are you all using, like for your teams?
I'm a tier bitch, so well, that's not true. I leveled up my main characters, so my Kiaru, my Kokoro, my Pecorine, but then obviously Vegeta, was it Charlotte? Monica. Charlotte. Monica. Chica, then my supports basically got them all leveled. And then there's Nozomi, because, yeah. So, but yeah, that's basically all the main people that I used. Was it Reno? I was going to call her Nino. Reno? Yeah.
Well, you would have been closer than Charlotte.
It's true. Sarin. So, Yeah, basically all the people that I used consistently, those are the ones that I leveled. And then Maho my support. Yui also support. Yeah. So
Yui apparently becomes really good later on when you level her up and ascend her.
yeah. Yeah, so those are all mine. So and then everything and then right after Aoi, because Kana Hanazawa, she's so adorable. And then everyone else is under leveled, level 18, level
I'm
1,
surprised
1,
you
1, 1,
haven't
1.
you haven't leveled up Eriko. She was your waifu in the show.
Yeah, because I was using other characters to like get through the higher content. Kind of want Makoto, just because it's Kamatsu Mikako. You know me and my Kamatsu Mikako. My Sanzong.
Yes.
But yeah.
And what about you, Sachiel?
For me, it's like my characters are kind of like all over the place because I tend to use characters based on utility depending on the situation. So pretty much like my mains, like I'm sorting them out. So like for my front characters, like I have Picarine and Vegeta, and I use Lima pretty much like if I want to like AoE like the front line like very quickly, like I use her like for her Union Burst. And of course June, because like June pretty much like she's been really like carrying out my teams a lot lately because she's straight up paladin. Like Inferno Shield is pretty much like a she puts up a barrier and it absorbs physical and magic damage, and then she has a skill that whoever has like the lowest HP, she recovers their HP. So she's been really great as far as like me going through the dungeons, because like I just recently completed like the second dungeon, and it was a royal pain in the ass because the boss you fight on it is like this owl sage, but he has like this phase where it's like if you get him down to almost like a quarter health, he gets into a pissy boss mode where it's like every other attack is his AoE attack, and he can like wipe out your party in 1 or 2 hits depending on like their level. And then like for other characters, like I use Monica more for her skill that it pretty much like buffs the team. So it buffs their physical attack and their magic attack and their attack speed. So I use her more for that. And then like if I just want like a team where it's just like AoE just to like power through people, yeah, like I use like Hatsune like for the back line. I'll sometimes use Anna like for the midline. And then like for support, like if I need a healer in the back, I have Yui for that, and then I also have Chica, because like not only like her Union Burst heals everybody, it sends out a fairy that goes in the front line. So it's kind of like how it is with what's her name?
Eriko.
Yeah, like her ability
sorry,
too.
Not
Yeah.
Eriko. No, not Eriko. Oh God, it's the other. I used her all the time, and I can't even remember her name. I know what you're talking about though. She sends out her dad, the skull.
Fortune teller.
Yeah.
Oh, Shinobu, I think it is, right? Yeah. Yeah, so I pretty much use like a little bit of everybody depending on the situation. So, like I said, like I use my characters more for utility than anything else. So, so like if I'm gonna waifu somebody, yeah, probably Jin, because I mean, come on, it's Saber, but you know.
Yeah.
But otherwise too, I do like Vegeta because she's just precious cinnamon roll. So, yeah.
Apparently, she's very like Gudako in her own way too.
Yeah.
the bringer of the forebearer of the harbinger of doom.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's pretty much my characters. It's like I said, like I've gotten like a good majority of the characters I use the most, like up to either rank 5 or 6, and I'm currently at level like 53. So I've been playing through this game a lot. So like as far as the main quest, I'm up to like I just unlocked like chapter 8. So going through that, and then like for the dungeons, like I said, I completed the first 2. I just unlocked the third one, and I'm scared how hard that one is. So we'll see on that. And then like with the battle arena, it looks like they stopped with the ranking, and that's probably why you haven't been getting the jewels lately. But for right now, I'm sitting at rank 3,992, which is not bad because like before I was kind of like around like the 5,000s. So, but then again, it was still pretty early in the game, so I was like pretty much like power leveling at the time. So I guess like to my credit, I was like being a little bit unfair with my characters. Yeah. But what I really like about this game too, because I did mention like in my introduction that I am a QA tester, but what I do is like I do QA testing on mobile games. So when I go through like a lot of these type of games, like I kind of look over what systems they implement. Right. And like I really like Princess Connect's like quality of life stuff. So like if you want to grind like your characters, when you like choose your character and you pick like which equipment you want, and when you click like how to obtain and you click on it, and it goes to like whatever part of the map that you like 3-starred, and you could just do it that way rather than having to like go find a guide, and it's like, oh, I need this particular like piece of equipment, and you have to look through a guide to find out which part like of like a map that you need to go to grind. This one does all the work for you, and it's so great. It just makes grinding so much easier.
Right. Yeah, if you're gonna grind, at least make it convenient. Appreciate that.
Yeah, exactly. And like with the auto battle too, that also makes it great too. But like you said, like you have to be careful because like sometimes you have characters that'll just unleash their union burst like early, and you're like, no, don't do that. Please don't do that. Because like I would have it where it's like you'll be down to like one enemy, and then it's like one of your characters decides to like do their AoE union burst, and you're like, why did you do that? Why are you like this? Yeah. But so far, like how I mentioned, like I knew nothing about the series, so I was just going in this blind, and for a first timer, I've been really enjoying this game so far. So,
well, I mean, it's distracted you from FGO, so
yeah, and that's just a lot too. I mean, like for a brand new game to like distract me from like a well-established game I've been playing for like years, it's like, yeah, that says a lot.
It was Kawasumi. You knew she was coming.
But you know what's funny too? Like speaking about like characters that brought me back, like going back to Fate Grand Order, it was like I took almost like a 2-year hiatus because it got into where like just the grind of like both, because I played both on the like on Japan and North America, and the grind just got too much for me, so I had to take a break. It got to like for them having Santa Carna for me to come back after my 2-year hiatus, to come back to Fate Grand Order to play it, just to come back and just play it all over again. It took Santa Carna to do that, and I bring him up because the inside joke with me is that like, you know, like the blind boxes that you get that has like, you know, like if there's like a little like caning charm or like a little trading figurine or something. Yeah, when it comes to like if it's a Fate Apocrypha or like Fate Extella, whenever I pull a blind box from either of those series, more often than not, I pull Karna. I even pulled Karna like in the Fate Grand Order, like the wafer cards. He was one of the first characters I pulled was Karna. So it's like, okay, now Karna's gonna spook me for Christmas to try to bring me back to playing Fate Go again? Sure, why the hell not? He treated me so well during that event too. I was able to like ascend, I think like 3 or 4 of my characters, which was great. And I just had like like mana prisms, like up the wazoo. It was such a great event.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got Karna, and I put a huge dent in a lot of my guys too. So it was a good event. And on the other side too, we were doing Christmas Lukoa, so that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
But that's funny. Were you always a Karna fangirl, or it's just coincidence?
It was just coincidence. I just find it really funny, like how you have like a particular character that just spooks you. That was Karna. Karna would always spook me. Like I think in as far as like NP, I think like for Japan, I think I have him in 2 or 3. And I think it's like the same in NA. I think I have him also like around 2 or 3 in NA. So
I have a 1 on JP, and I have a 2 on USA. But yeah, I mean he's good. He's a good character, and the free saber. I mean, those are super rare. Because it was like the last free saber. What did we get? Liz.
Yeah. Yeah, like a Brave Liz or whatever.
Yeah, Brave Liz, Dragon Quest Liz. Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah. She was just in my what do you call it?
Second archive.
Yeah. Along with regular Liz.
However, Carmilla.
Yeah, Carmilla though. I'm saving an NP5. Was it Assassin?
Writer.
She's a writer.
Writer.
Yeah. Oh, she's already Assassin.
Oh yeah, next year too. That'll be fun. Get her Valentine's chocolate.
Yep. Gotta get the waifus.
Yeah, no, I have big plans for this summer for FGO summer, so we'll see. We'll see who gets swimsuits in Princess Connect as well. So.
Well, we already know Carol.
Well, apparently, if you're desperate enough to use Carol.
I am desperate enough.
I know, right? Like Carol's such a good character, though. She's just great. People just hate, man.
Right? She does her job.
Yeah, we just complain about doing her job. Yeah, if you ever watch this series, the actual like show, it's standard 12 episodes. So if you ever watch it, definitely report back. Curious to see your take on it. But I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you too. When it comes to Princess Connect, I actually have been skipping the story.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of this. The main
so
story.
Long.
Anyway.
They're so long. And again, at the time when between work, school, and also playing both FGOs, I was like, one of these days, I'm just gonna have to sit down and just power through it all.
I think that mine said I've unlocked like chapter 4, and I'm only on like part 1 of chapter 1.
Yeah.
Now Bond stories, I've been watching those.
I haven't even been watching those.
I've been doing those. Like I watched all of Carol's.
Yeah. I open them because it gives you jewels and stat bonuses, but I don't actually I just skip the cutscenes.
Well, you can always go back.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that's the great thing too with their quality of life as well. It's like you can opt to whether or not to download the voices to save space.
Right.
Yeah,
if you want to save those extra megabytes, like megabytes every time.
Big ass downloads. Yeah, they did a really good job. And again, coming off of FGO and the visual novel style, and now you're getting like actual cutscenes and all of that, and I'm like, oh man, okay. But yeah, and some of the storylines are ripped from the show too, or at least the show carried them over. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I was waiting to see how Yuki would be in the actual story, but he's exactly the same.
Yeah. See, I was getting worried because I was doing Aoi's stories, and I was like, "Where's Daijobu, my friend Mach 1 or Mach 2?" And I was like, "Oh," but then on her like second bond, then she brings him out, and I was like, "Yes." Kana Hanazawa doesn't disappoint.
Man. But yeah, it's been really fun.
Mm.
Yeah. Almost makes me want to go play Azure Lane.
Almost.
Almost.
Didn't someone on a chat and Twitch compare it to our Azure Lane?
Yeah.
I don't get it though.
Me neither.
It's nothing like Azure Lane.
But yeah.
Not nearly enough lollies. But yeah.
Which is funny because what is that? Unicorn and what's his name? Javelin and
Yeah.
Laffy.
I've actually been watching that Azure Lane short series.
The Start Dash or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a good thing they threw in like Prince Eugene in episode 2 and stuff like that. But it's been funny. It's just a funny show.
Mm.
No biting, cat.
My cat won't let Roman go. My cat is a Kong fan.
That's why he's been grappling. I've had all of you talk about your teams. I might as well talk about who I use.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So my most leveled up characters here that I think I got at like Bond 5. Yeah, they're all like around Bond 5. Except for Nozomi and Makoto, who are 6. So I also use Carol because, after that dude said, don't use Carol, I was like, I'm going to use Carol.
Ain't the boss of me?
Yeah. Sent her to level 3 and then was like, yep, she's good. You suck. I don't know why you don't like Carol. Vegeta, I use occasionally. Like, I've been leaving her out of my team every so often. Mainly because she's been dying a lot, like, very easily. Which I don't understand because I have Nozomi and Miyuki as tanks. And Vegeta just can't survive. In fact, they're having a hard time surviving. I don't get it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Let me see. For my back line, sometimes I'll use Hatsune, Carol, like I said, and Yui, if I want to have somebody there to heal every once in a while. Like if I'm like, okay, then if I could just survive a little longer, maybe I could beat this with the 3 stars. And usually that ends up working. I'll just put her in, and then she's healing enough now to where my character survived to the end. Because before she was only doing like 200 HP of healing, but now she's doing like 1,000, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah. The difference leveling up your skills makes.
Yeah. I've been trying to use Pecorine, but again, she dies really easily.
Yeah, Pecorine is great. And what's funny is that I told somebody, I was like, oh yeah, she's a great DD, and they're like, oh, she's supposed to be a tank, and I was like, how? She doesn't taunt.
She's supposed to tank because she can heal herself.
Right.
But that's basically it.
It's like, but nobody ever really attacks her.
Unless you're me, and then they just attack her.
Yeah.
Well, also to be fair too, as far as Pecorine is concerned, like I have her like at I got up to what is it like 3-star, and she gets better. Like once she gets to like 3-star, you get her rank up a bit more. She gets better.
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same for Kokoro too when she's at 3-star.
Yeah, I ascended Peko to 3 and rank 5, and yeah, she's great. But yeah, I've got her and Nozomi doing like double tank duty. So I don't know if I'm gonna drop one of them, maybe drop Peko and put Carol or something, but we'll see.
Yeah, Carol's been really good for me.
Yeah, I really like it because it seems like a lot of the enemies just have too high defense. So I've been leveling up Carol's defense down to debuff. So we'll see if that helps.
Yeah, because basically why I use her. Like if I have like a bunch of like high defense enemies I got to deal with, she usually helps out with that because she's lowering their defense,
Right.
giving my power hitters enough to kill them.
Yeah.
Then her what Union Burst does a decent amount of damage for an AOE.
Yeah, she's good.
See, I don't know what that guy was talking about. He's Australian, so he doesn't know. He's back.
In Australia, Sundares really just don't like you.
Yeah. They just don't.
Yeah. That's not a ruse. They really just don't like you.
But I'm leveling up June now, so hopefully she could help me tank. Although I just used her in a arena and she died in like 2 seconds. Again, I don't know what it is with my tanks. None of them survive. Nozomi dies really fast. June just died really fast. Miyuki dies really fast. Pecorine dies really fast. It's like all of my tanks just get destroyed.
It's gonna be Roman's new book. All of my tanks are dead. the sad dinosaur.
All my friends are dead.
All my friends are dead. Yeah.
They're dead. Yeah. As far as tanks, it's like Akino dies like the fastest for me.
Which one?
Akino. She dies the fastest for me as far as tanks.
I don't know. Mine all seem to die equally.
And you probably have to rank them up more then, because I find that too. Like once you start ranking up your characters more, it helps a lot.
I don't know. Like I said, Nozomi's at rank 6. I can't get her any higher because I haven't gone through 7 yet, and I need to get to at least 7-4 before I can get the weapon pieces that she needs. Miyuki is, I think Miyuki's rank 5. Yeah, she's rank 5. June is rank 5. I just got her to rank 5 right now. So I don't know.
Yeah, because like I'm looking at Nozomi's skills right now, and it's probably because like she's a taunter. That's probably what's making her die faster. You probably might need like a some good healers in the back line to probably like keep her alive. I feel that's what that is, because it's like, you know, like when you have a taunt character, they tend to die the fastest.
Yeah, but she doesn't even get to the point where she uses her taunt.
That's weird.
It's like we'll start the match, maybe 5 seconds in, she's dead.
That's weird.
So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe
I don't know either.
People are hacking. I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
I'll have to figure it out. Like, try to find characters to work off of her or something.
Yeah, because like that's what I'm getting at too. Like for the main quest, is like I've been going back with previous chapters to try to 3-star them.
Yeah.
And the thing with me was like for chapter 6 is like how you would have I think it was like chapter 6 or chapter 7 where you have like the backline where you have like the moles that would always throw like at your backline. And it's a pain in the ass, especially if your backline is all healers, because they get wiped out first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you just leave out the backline and just put a midline.
Yeah.
Just make sure that they can tank a bit. Like Kokoro. Because she can heal herself 1,000, about 1,500.
Yeah. She's good at keeping herself alive.
But yeah, I have that issue too, though. I'll have like Carol on the back line to help with damage, and she'll just die because all these people are throwing rocks at them. Either the moles or those stupid monkeys.
Yeah.
Monkeys are like the bane of my existence.
And And like the fact is, like you have like the golem in the front line, and makes it that much harder for you to plow through the lines to get to them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Bringing in Carol with her defense down. Unless someone else has defense down like she does, then
Oh, I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, this is why I just wanted to go through and see some videos and setups and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to do some homework.
Yeah, I got to do more homework,
Mm-hmm.
and I got to get further into the main quest so I can start ranking my guys up more.
Mm-hmm.
It all comes back. It
Mm-hmm.
all is one loop.
Mm-hmm.
I got enough.
So we're. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, we're now at the 3 hour mark. Do you guys want to start wrapping up, or do we want to talk more about our princess waifus?
I think I'm pretty good now. I think that for the next conversation, the next one will definitely come back. Hopefully, I'll be more well versed and have more setups going on. More of my characters leveled up. But yeah, I'm good. And tomorrow night, I'm gonna roll for Mama Kayano I. So, La Latina, please come home.
I got 3 FU. That's about it. So if you want to plug the clan, that'd be the only thing I would say.
Oh yes,
Axis Cult, yeah.
Yeah, Axis Cult. So it's actually a private guild. So if you're on Discord, or hey, even on like Facebook, if you guys want to if you guys want an invite, we can shoot you an invite to come in. We're pretty much a casual guild. I don't think we're going to do the guild battles once those open up, but it's up to you guys if you want to. But otherwise, it's like we're pretty chill. So
just been a lot of sticker posting.
Stickers.
Yes, a lot of sticker posting.
Yeah, ain't that a bother?
Yes.
I love Maho. I love Maho. I didn't even. She wasn't in the show, but I just love the country bumpkin thing, and she thinks she's a princess. It's great.
All right, so yeah, if you all want to join, just let us know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it for this episode.
Yep.
Again, we've reached 3 hours almost.
Yeah.
It's like an hour a topic.
Yeah.
So yeah, just if you want to watch the special Demon Slayer event for our watch party next week, be sure to show up at the Discord.
Yes.
It'll be next Thursday around 8.
Yes.
If you want to let us know your thoughts on the King Kong controversy going on.
All I'm gonna say is I'm not drinking my medicine out of King Kong or Godzilla's crotch.
Well, I wouldn't do that either. Yeah. That's a little much.
Yeah. So. Or yeah, and then how wrong was I or anybody here about redo of Healer? I bring it.
Yeah, tell us why it's gonna get better.
Yeah.
Or worse, one of the two. If you read the manga, the light novel, whatever, let us know. Do we have more debauchery to look forward to? Is it going to be more intense? Or is it going to start kind of toning down a bit? Going the Goblin Slayer route.
Goblin Slayer Shield Hero, yeah.
So we're going to be a beach episode.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be a beach episode.
You have to get the sunblock out of Freya's crotch.
Right?
Not gonna let that go.
So, until next time, I'm Roman.
Sano, peace.
I'm Sachiels. See y'all later.
Bye.